Yes, sir.
Aswathaman, I'm saying this for the last time. Each time I cannot do babysitting for you. When you're speaking, speak with your bloody earphone properly, kept up with your mic, kept up with your mouth. I cannot instruct you every now and then. You get that?
Okay, sir.
I pray the Almighty that every single student who has joined MS evening sessions today should be blessed with all the glory, abundance, knowledge capital, and the skills and the strengths that are required for facing all the challenges. I pray the Almighty that every single day, every single student who has joined here in MS evening sessions should be really holding up the strength and agility for facing the negativity and the kinds of encircle levels of adversities that could possibly come in their life. I pray the Almighty and to my dearest dad that every single student should be legitimate enough to use all the things that they have learned in this particular institution, and they will have to be on a consistent basis, they will have to be utilizing all the learned resources both in the academics and in the skills-based development session like MSES sessions. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
without taking further, we will have Dakshin Siddharth and Rutan Nitish finish their proceeding of Dreamline presentations. Over to you, Dakshin and Rutan. Timer.
All the best, Dakshin, and all
Excuse
the
me,
best,
sir.
Ritik.
Yes.
Sir, can I just join with my another device, sir?
Make it fast. I cannot wait for you.
Sir, for the PPT, sir.
Srida, Porra.
Yes, sir.
All the best, Ritik. All the best, Dakshina.
Thank you, Mitra.
All the best, Ritik, and all the best, Dakshin.
Thank you, Mridulashmi.
All the best, friends.
Thank you, Ashwathaman.
Sir, I'm sharing my screen, sir.
Okay, so Dakshin Siddharth and Rutan Nitish's time starts now.
Sir, are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, I'm able to see.
Shall we
Action.
start, sir? Okay. In the West.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Chin, it's been 20 seconds since I have said you can start. Come on, start.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. In the West, they call it dirt, but we call it Mother Earth. No other culture on the planet has a variety of weaves that India has. Good evening, one and all present here. I would like to ask my co-presenter now to introduce himself. And by the way, I'm MS Dakshin Siddharth, as you all know me. Now over to my co-presenter.
So thank you, Dakshin. So my name is Shrutan Nitish, and we are here to present that how is India better than the Western world. I have heard most of my friends saying that in the future we have to go to the Western places and it will be more fun there. But actually, our culture is the most fun place because there is a lot to learn in our culture place. So now we are here with some new interesting things about our Indian culture. So let's go and check it out.
Yeah, and we are here to demolish the myth. We are going to break the myth that Western countries are better than India. So now let's go to our, let's try to understand this very simply. We'll now show you a conversation. It's a historic conversation, and a lot of Indians don't know about this. We all know Dhyan Chand. We all know him as a great hockey player, but we don't know, most of us don't know that he actually met Hitler in Germany. So let's go to this particular conversation. Let's see what will happen, and this will help you to understand better of what we're going to do today. 3, 2, 1, let's go to 1936. Well, who's Dhyan Chand here?
Sir, it's me, sir.
Okay, welcome. My name is Russo, and I am an assistant of Hitler. Hitler, sir, actually called you. to his room. Can you go to his
Yes,
office,
sir.
please?
Yes, sir. I'm coming, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Hitler, sir. Are you there?
Ah, Dhyanchan, come in, come in, come in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, what a player you are, man. You were outstanding
Thank you,
today.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Sit down, take a seat. Don't worry.
Sir, no problem, sir. No problem, sir.
No, please sit down, sit down, sit down.
Thank you, sir. Sir, your assistant told me that you called me here.
Yeah, don't be so nervous. Okay. Yeah, I'm the most powerful person in the world right now, but calm down. You've got talent and I respect talent a lot. But you see,
Yes, sir.
you know how it feels to be the most powerful leader in the world and to watch my country lose 8-1 to a country which hasn't even attained independence right now. 8-1, my goodness. You scored 4 goals. Congrats on that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, how much do they pay you there? What post are you? Like, you have some government postings, right? Lance Naik or something. That's very low, right? What's your posting?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, it's like Lance Naik, sir, who like sort of like helping, sir.
Yeah, like
So
constable.
it's not much of, yes, sir. It's not much of a work, sir.
Our team captain, he's a field marshal, our hockey team captain.
Sir, it's cool, sir. He's a
Yeah.
marshal. Yes, sir.
Okay. I have an offer to you. Let me make the long story short. Do you want to come to Germany and earn thrice as much you do now? Do you want to play for the German hockey team?
Sir, no, sir. I'm willing to play my with my mother country, sir.
Think about it, young man. Think about it. Think very carefully. I hold your future in the palm of my hand.
Sir, it's okay, sir. It's not about my future. It's future, sir. It's about my motherland, sir.
What does
So
your
I'm
motherland
not
do for
willing to
you?
take, sir.
What does your motherland
Sir,
do
I
for
was
you? They
born.
don't even give you proper salary.
Sir, I don't care about the um, money and something, sir. I just care about my motherland, sir. So I'm not willing to take your offer, sir.
Look, if you come, I'm making it very clear, okay? I don't have time to speak a lot about this. I'll give you the captaincy. I'll speak to the hockey board in my country and I'll give you the captaincy. And I'll speak to the army and I'll make you the field marshal. You can enjoy your
Sir,
life in Germany.
no, sir. I'm not willing to take that offer, sir. I'm willing to play with my motherland, sir. Thanks for the
Fine,
offer, sir.
fine. You're rejecting me, but I'm leaving you because you've been so polite. Okay, good luck and great game, really.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And yeah, I appreciate your loyalty towards your country. That's something that all of us should inculcate. That's really good, Dhyanchan. Good.
Thank you, sir.
So right now, we just saw a conversation which actually happened between two great people in different fields. Dhyanchan politely refused Hitler's offer. Politely, he wasn't too aggressive because he respected Hitler's authority. And Hitler was also impressed by the loyalty of Dhyanchan. A person like Hitler who's accused of like slaughtering a lot of Jews and killing a lot of people, even he was impressed by Dhyanchan. So even the villains appreciate talent. So Hitler is not a good person, obviously, but we have to appreciate Dhyanchan here for making such a villain appreciate him. Let's go to the next slide.
So, in the next slide, we are here with white supremacy. This is a old story, and I would like to say I would like to take everyone to the past 16th and 17th century time. So, at that time, the British called themselves color of beauty because of their skin color, which was actually white, and especially famous. Writer Mr. Shakespeare, William Shakespeare to be correct. He said in an book or a statement that an undesirable Indian. So he's just talking about our skin color. So I would like Dakshina to explain it more briefly. Over to you, Dakshina.
Thank you, Ritan. So there's one particular play called Merchant of Venice, as you all might know. It's one of the most famous dramas written by Shakespeare. In that, he compares beauty with ugliness, and for beauty, he gives the example of a duchess in England, and for ugliness, he gives the example of an Indian. It literally shows the mentality of the Europeans back at that time. They used to think that only they are beautiful. They are the superior race. This really hurts everyone. It hurt every Asian who read that particular play. But still, you cannot blame Shakespeare because he was born and brought up in that particular mentality. If there were broad minded people in England back then, probably this would not have been said. But this literally, we are reflecting the history, like how this particular rubbish concept has been believed and inculcated by a lot of people, in especially in Europe. Now let's understand this better in the next slide. The British domination has been, a very important thing which has been lasting from centuries. The Western people started categorizing the Asian and African countries as third world countries. They considered themselves to be the first world countries, and they considered the Asian countries like India, China back then, and also some African countries as third world countries. This is completely unacceptable according to us, because the people back then, especially the Europeans and especially the English people, they named their country as Great Britain. Actually, it was just the United Kingdom or Britain, but they added the word great. They themselves added it. They did not get it by helping others. They did not get it from some other country. They gave the word great to themselves. Soon, we all know what happened in South Africa, apartheid, a racial discrimination. We all know what happened in USA. Racial discrimination was very common in medieval USA. Countries like Ireland, Germany, they started believing that only the people with white skin are better than the other people, like people with black skin or people with brown skin. But then even Hitler believed that his race, the German Aryans, are the best race and they are superior to everyone else. So Jesse Owens, an African American, and Dhyan Chand, of course, we spoke about it. They broke Hitler's belief. Ritin, do you have something to add upon this?
Yes, no. So in the last slide, as we saw about Dhyan Chand, so he's really a good, how to say, so Hitler has been challenged by this Dhyan Chand, and he was really feeling bad after that. And Anna, I would like you to continue it now.
Yeah, so this literally shows that a lot of people have proven this particular concept of white supremacy wrong. Let's not waste further time and let's go to the next slide, which will be explained by Ritan.
So thank you, Anna. So if we see our Indian culture in the past, there is a lot of things which you put. It will be like a normal thing, but for the Western world, it will be like a new and unwanted thing. So for us, it's like one of the most important things. So we are just going to say about Indian culture, Indian cultures, one of the most key points. So first one is Indian culture is known for its uniqueness. So everyone will be unique in their Indian culture past, and celebrations will be like very important in Indian culture. So for example, every year we'll be like celebrating new things for a new celebration, and we'll be having Diwali and Pongal for certain celebrations. And next we got Mahabharata and Ramayana, one of the epics in Indian past. And we got the family type. So we have got two types of family in the past. One is a joint family, and another one is a semi joint family. But actually, this nuclear family, this idea have been come brought up by the Western people. And if you all seeing that most of the Western people should be not eating these spices, and they'll be eating only the meats and not good for their body things. But our Indians will be only eating the good and the best thing for the body at the past, because they have to work, and they'll be only eating the spices which they grow in their own land. In their eyes, they'll be seeing that how it's growing from the seed to a big food source, and it'll be helpful and it'll be healthy. And over to you, Dakshina.
Yeah, now going on to the next slide. Indian culture. Let's speak something about Indian culture, okay? Indian culture, as my friend mentioned, is known for its uniqueness. And let's discuss about our education system. A lot of us criticize the Indian education system now that we are piling up a lot of misery on students and stuff. That is absolutely true. But you know what our traditional education system was? Do you all know, friends? It was based on practical application of knowledge. It was not about just the bookish knowledge. It's about how we applied our knowledge in our basic day-to-day work. This literally shows that we had a very broad mind back then. Our forefathers laid a brilliant education system initially. And Indian culture is known for its diversity. Diversity. Sadhguru, a very famous, spiritualist, he mentioned that within 50 kilometers radius, you could find diverse cultures in India, which is like practically true. You can see various cultures across various parts of India, and that is something which we can be very proud of, because not many countries can boast about this particular fact. We are diverse, we are one in another, we have different kinds of people here who follow different traditions, and at the same time we make it look as one culture, one particular culture. We don't differentiate the cultures, we combine them together and call it the Indian culture. And this diversity makes us much superior to the Europeans. Indians are traditionally known for using their hands to eat their food. Now, I'll narrate you a small incident. One particular Indian was eating with some of his British friends. He was eating with his hands while his British friends were eating with cutlery, and they made fun of him. What is this, bro? You're going and eating with your hands. That's not table manners. You have to use fork and spoon. You have to cut the meat like this, and you have to insert it in the fork, and then you have to eat it. They were doing all that stuff, but the Indian replied very coldly. He said, I use my hand only to feed myself, but the spoon which we are using might feed someone else tomorrow. Which literally shows that eating with your hands is not something that you can be ashamed of. Ritan, you can continue.
So thank you, na. So another type of Indian culture is our own name. So in the past, for every single name there is a meaning. So if you take my name for Ritan, I don't know what's the meaning, but my father kept that name to me. So there is a lot of meaning under everyone's name in the past, and some of the names right now. But some of the families have changed and they have gone to Western type of names. And over to you, Dakshina.
Thank you, Ritin. And by the way, the meaning of my name, I know, like it's named after Dakshinamurti. And some of my family members also say that it represents the direction south. I guess both are applicable. Now let's go to the next point.
Dakshin Siddharth,
Yes, sir.
the time has been passed since you spoke about name. I'd like to reveal a secret which even Mitra does not know.
Okay, sir.
உனக்கு இந்த பேர் வச்சது நான் தான்டா. Ask your mom.
என்ன சார் டெய்லி ஒரு அதிர்ச்சி கொடுக்குறீங்க?
Siddharth, the name Siddharth. I was the one who suggested to your family that your son has to be named Siddharth. You can pass the proceeding right now itself, and you can go and talk to your mom, and you can come back. I'll even wait.
Yes, sir, she's nodding her head, sir.
Siddharth is, you see, even before about 5 or 7 days or ஒன்றரை வாரம் 2 வாரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி கூட யோசிச்சேன். The kid has to know this. ஆனால் appropriate time வரும்போது நான் சொல்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு மனசுக்குள்ள நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன். And I never thought the appropriate time would come now. So Dakshin, I don't know. They have named it, but I wanted some way or other this name Siddharth has to be added. அதனால தான் உன்னை கூப்பிடும்போது நான் தக்ஷன் சித்தார்த் அப்படின்னு வேணும்னே சொல்லுவேன். அந்த சித்தார்த்துக்கு வந்துட்டு ஒரு எம்பசிஸ் கொடுப்பேன். So I can never find a fitting time than this to tell this truth. Because the family conveyed a message that you were born, and they were telling me, and at one point of time we were having a conversation over the phone. At that time, you were all completely distanced. I didn't even have contact with Vigni here. Vigni was in Pollachi or somewhere. I don't know. Vigni was அப்போ அவங்க ஊருக்கு வந்திருந்தான்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Then your mom spoke to me and then said, consider this name Siddharth, because I like this name Siddharth and I want him to be called as Siddharth. So அதுக்கப்புறம் சித்துன்னு மாத்தினாங்க, தக்ஷின் சித்துன்னு மாத்தினாங்க, சித்துன்னுலாம் எழுதினாங்க. அதெல்லாம் நான் பார்த்தேன். உன்னுடைய some of your trophies, some of your certificates, அதெல்லாம் அப்புறம் பர்த்டே விஷ் பண்ணும்போது ஹாப்பி பர்த்டே தக்ஷின் சித்து, தக்ஷின் தக்ஷு. இந்த தக்ஷு கேன்வாஸ் ஷூன்லாம் எனக்கு கூப்பிடுறது பிடிக்காது. ஸோ சித்தார்த் அப்படின்றது இட்ஸ் a very powerful name. So that's why.
Thank you for revealing this truth, sir.
இது பாகுபலி ட்ரூத் மாதிரி 25 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் தெரியாது, 16 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம். Maybe I am too early, but today you both are making a presentation very excitingly, and I wanted to know, அதுவும் வாயில இருந்து என் பேர் என்ன, யார் வச்சது அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது I felt a slight possessiveness and I jumped into it.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah, please continue. Timer resume. இப்பதான் வந்து குட் ஈவினிங் அப்படின்னா என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு தெரியாம கெக்க பக்கின்னு பல்ல கடி சிரிக்கிறா வர. ஏய் விஷ்ணு பிரியா. Right.
Unknowingly
Okay.
touched, sir.
Unknowingly I touched it. Unknowingly I had my lunch today.
Yes, why did you raise your hand here? Okay, ma'am, sorry ma'am, unknowingly it got raised, ma'am.
யாரு? அவ ஸ்கூல்ல சொன்னது உனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்? ஓ உன் ஸ்கூல்லையா? ஸ்கூல்ல ஃபுல்லா பைத்தியம். ஓகே தக்ஷன் 15:40 timer resume 3 2 1 go.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And simplicity, let's talk about simplicity. We all know the great sages back then, they used to lead a simple life. Even kings after retirement, they used to go and lead a simple life. So simplicity, yes, we Indians are also known to be grand. We like to wear jewels and attractive clothing, but at the same time simplicity is also an equally important feature, especially for old age people. And this is also very good and major feature. Great leaders have been simple, like Mahatma Gandhi ji, for instance. He led a very simple life. And then truthfulness and sincerity towards a vow. We believed that we must always speak truth. I'm talking about the ancient features. Most of the people now don't speak truth, and they're not sincere towards a vow, like a lot of people, not everyone. So these two features are ancient features of pure Indian culture and traditions. You can go to any European website which talks about their history and tradition. You can never find these virtues in them, which literally shows that we are better than them. Then, without taking further, let's go to the next slide. Now let's start talking about India. Let's start talking about our achievements and performance in the international arena. Okay. Now let's go to our rank in milk production. India ranks second in milk production. India's rank in innovative index, the way people are innovative, the creative ideas and the new things that the country does as a whole, we are 10th in that. And India also has the second highest number of helping people in the world. A lot of people say, a lot of Europeans, have seen them say in YouTube videos that Indians are not helpful. Indians sometimes make fun of Europeans, but that's not true. We have the second highest number of helping people. And then we have India's rank in global AI jobs, that is artificial intelligence jobs. We are fifth. And FDI confidence index, which means foreign direct investment index, we are 11th in that. And Indian economy was ranked the fastest growing economy in the world in the year 2015, and we overtook China in that. Ritin, you can continue now.
Thank you. And India is the largest production of cotton and various spices, and first Asian country to enter the Mars orbit, and we have the largest postal network in the whole world, and we have got sixth place in habitat sites.
Okay, now let's go to the next slide. Yeah. Now, this particular image, it's been 70 years since our country has attained independence. And our GDP per capita. GDP is very simple. It's like gross domestic product. It's basically evaluating the entire economic value of your country by subtracting, by adding all the values of the services and goods produced in your country, and by subtracting the value of the goods and services required to produce those goods and services. Okay, so you're just calculating the overall, economic value of your country. In 1960, you could see our GDP was much less than our neighbors like Pakistan, China, South Korea. But by 2016, we have improved a lot, and we are only behind China in Asian countries, which shows that we have attained a remarkable growth in the past 70 years. Let's go to the next slide. Then you can start explaining the next slide.
Thank you. Now, so the next slide we got that we have most resisted pandemic better than most of the countries. So let's see how we have resisted most of the countries in the pandemic. So the first one will be the childrens in the past will be playing in the mud and the sun, and because of that there will be more immunity in us. So sun has more power than we think, and mud also. So if we fall down or if we are having some wound, most of the people will be putting mud in their blood. So sometimes it will may affect someone, so because of their body condition, or mostly it will be like helping them like clear the wound. In the past there is no bandages or no first aid kits and all. They'll be just putting the mud and or putting their clothes around it. And another thing is we will be eating only spices and herbs, which is really important and good for our body. Continued by Dakshina.
Herd immunity. So one particular statistic has proven that in Delhi, almost half the population has got COVID antibodies. So herd immunity is the natural immunity which you develop on course when a pandemic occurs, and that's particularly good. Sweden, a country, was known to fight coronavirus using this policy of herd immunity. So a lot of Indians have developed immunity. So there are a lot of negative news saying that India has not resisted pandemic well. A lot of other countries are doing this. A lot of other countries are doing that. But India has actually resisted pandemic better than most countries. Yes, the rate of spreading is much higher than the other countries, but we have taken measures, and hopefully we'll curb this particular negativity. And in Italy, they did some foolish things by, they had a quote saying Milan never stops. Milan is an Italian city. In the wake of the pandemic, they did not care about the pandemic. They wanted their economy to skyrocket, which is absolutely not possible in the pandemic era. So they kept doing things recklessly. But India has not taken that particular, foolishness. We have not did that particular thing, but we have taken a lot of stringent and strict, steps in order to control this particular pandemic. Let's go to the next slide. And now we'll talk about the role of our Prime Minister, and I would like Ritan to start off.
So, thank you. Now, so if we see, Narendra Modi ji has done a really good job in this pandemic situation. He has helped a lot of people, and he has helped those people who can't get those medicines and for the pandemic. And he has helped not just our country, and he has also helped some other neighbor countries. And I would like Dakshina to explain it more clearly.
Yes, sir. So before continuing, I'll just say how much time is required. Sir, around 5 minutes will be good, sir. 5 to 6 minutes, sir. Please, sir.
All right, okay. So you can proceed 5 minutes, then, so you can get it.
Thank you, sir. So, as my friend Ritan mentioned, India has got a great leader. Well, a lot of people do criticize Modi ji, but he's a very powerful man. He has got a lot of charisma, as we all know. So, under his leadership, India is doing pretty well, especially in resisting the pandemic. And we have given a lot of attention to the manufacture of vaccines and stuff. Though we are less developed than countries like USA, just imagine if we were as much developed as them, as much technologically developed and equipped as them, then literally India would have almost defeated the coronavirus. So we can be proud of our achievements, especially in controlling the particular pandemic. Now let's go to the next slide. Now we all know. Yeah, Ritan, you can continue.
Thank you. Now, so next slide. we got that how India's journey is going to, how India's journey is going to be to become a superhero. So we have got some questions. So the answer is going to be the answer for how we are going to become the superhero. So the first one is how far are we? So how far are we to become a superhero? Do we need some how to say? Do we need some personal help, or do we need some kind of thing to go
Hey,
or take a step?
hey,
Sir,
సూపర్ పవర్ రా సూపర్ హీరో తెలుగు పడ హీరో అంటే అచ్చి సూపర్ పవర్
super.
మార్చు நேஷன் ஆஸ் அ சூப்பர் பவர் டா நாட் சூப்பர் ஹீரோ சூப்பர் ஹீரோன்னு எவனும் இங்க இருக்க முடியாது சூப்பர் பவர் என்னாச்சு மயக்கம் போட்டியா கண்டினியூ பண்ற டைம் போயிட்டு இருக்கு
So thank you, sir. So second we got do we have to take what it takes? So if we need to become a superpower, so what do we have? Do we have what it takes to become a superpower? And third one is do we really make it? So if you are running in a track, so we are in almost at the top. So do we can we really make to the top? So that continued with action now.
And one more important question is, do we really have the right people to take us forward? Do we have the right youngsters? Do we have the right politicians? Do we have the right core group of professionals who can make us a superpower? Superpower is a term used for powerful countries now, like the USA, UK, the so-called superpowers, because they're technologically well developed. So we have the potential to become a superpower. So, do we have the right people to take us forward? That's a very important question that we must ask ourselves, and it's very important. This presentation is very important for each and every youngster in this country. And what are the challenges we face? In every particular fairy tale, in every particular success story, there are challenges, there are obstacles. We'll discuss about that too. But last but not least, let's talk about the optimistic advantages that we have. How can we assure sternly to the world that we are going to reach that position very soon? Let's not wait for it. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, what are our challenges? Cost of democratic republicanism. We all know India is a republic. We all know there are different segments of people who live in this country. So, for taking every particular decision, India has to consult each and India has to take into consideration each and every group, maybe a major ethnic group or a minor ethnic group. So, this at times could prove tricky. It is a small challenge, not a very big one, but still it comes under the category of challenge. Disputes. We all know India has, had brawls with Pakistan, has had brawls with China, and sometimes India's relationship with Turkey is also not that good. So we do have international disputes. So that could prove to be a challenge as well. Lack of international representation. So to be more clear in this particular point, we all know 5 countries have the veto power in the United Nations Assembly. Even if it is a special power enjoyed by the 5 permanent members. So even if one particular permanent member country, disapproves any particular decision, then the decision will not be taken. It's a huge, huge power, but India doesn't have the veto power yet. And USA has tried to include India as a permanent member, but China, as we all know, it had obstructed that particular thing. So we don't have the veto power right now. So it could also prove to be a big challenge. And energy dependence and costs. We all right now know that we are dependent on fossil fuels, but in the future, renewable energy could take over. So it's an advantage because we are located in the subtropical belt, and it's a disadvantage as well because of the energy dependence. We are too much dependent on certain resources which might go extinct soon. Now let's go to the next problem explained by Ritin.
So thank you. Now, so next one will be unemployment. So right now, most of the persons due to this COVID-19 are not able to go to their works directly, and some of them are able to do it in the online way. But some of the companies do not have to work jobs in an online way. So next one is pressure faced by the youth. So now we are all in an online format, and we have to write our or the least our examinations also in the online format. So the pressures faced by the youth. And Dakshina will be continuing the next slide.
Ritin. So now I'll like to elaborate on the pressure faced by the youth part. We all know that the youngsters of this country right now are facing a lot of pressure. So now let's take a psychological insight into this particular problem. Sir posted a video 7 years ago where he was speaking in a project called Pudiya Talamurai Kalvi project, and we watched that video and we like took some points from that. India must make sure that the youngsters of the country are happy with their academic work. They have to be treated with care and comfort. Sir mentioned in that particular video that a lot of people, he has seen a lot of people who fainted during exams because they were not able to take the stress. And he gave some psychological therapies about how stress and pressure could be encountered. He also said that the psychological therapies could help convert a person to a personality. That's a difference. And he mentioned these exact words in that video: person and a personality. There's a lot of difference between a person and a personality. To become a good personality, you must have a lot of maturity. And to become a good leader, you must have maturity, right? So leaders are supposed to work good under pressure, but a lot of youngsters right now are failing under pressure, and it's a very, very disheartening fact. So the treatment of youngster is a very big psychological problem which we are facing right now. Our country is facing, and there's a lot of pressure right now for each and every youngster. And Ritin will elaborate on this particular point very quickly.
So thank you. Now, so up to this point, there is not much. So about sir, everyone will be happy to talk about sir because everyone are like learning how sir became like to this entrepreneurship because it's really a good thing and a very big thing because he just learned few things and he's not just keeping for himself and he's just learning and giving it to a lot of children's like me, Dakshina, and my friends, and he's going to help a lot of new childrens. And in this time, in this COVID time, it is really helpful for a lot of students. So many of them are going in an online format for the schools, and everyone are going for the online format to the schools, and it's going to be so hard in the online format. We can't even understand it, and there's if like a sudden examination if you're coming, we can't even get help from the teachers because we are not in a direct form. So this is really good work, sir. Thank you for the help you're doing in the COVID time, sir. And I would like Dakshina to continue.
Yeah, and I was there in this particular meeting and I took the photo. No, no, I'm just kidding. It was just a screenshot from his YouTube video. In this particular meeting, he also explained about the three finger technique, and I've understood the three finger technique very in a very good manner. And it sir also said that it's supposed to activate the brain neurons and it helps us to prepare well. So initially, I'm not going to lie, when I joined this session, I only thought that these therapies have been done very recently, but after watching all his videos, I understood that sir has been doing the therapies right from when he was a youngster. Like, it is even much older than some of a lot of us present here. So thank you, sir, for these insights. Like, these speeches are really good to watch, especially in this time of negativity where we need some positivity to come inside us. So let's go to the next slide, Rutan.
Thank you. Now,
Okay, so Ritan, you start off by explaining the initial part of this slide, and I'll back up.
okay. Now, so to the advantage of a journey, so to a journey we have to we are having a lot of things to go up a step by step, and we have come across few things. And first is India lies in the cultural region, so which is really important because it lies near the Indian Ocean, because it's like easy to travel in water in that place, so it will be easy for most of the peoples to like make a shop there, and it will be really easy for them to make some good amount of profit. And next point will be explained by Dakshina.
You're very much welcome, sir. My pleasure, sir. And in the future, the world is expected to move into a renewable energy age because a lot of fossil fuels are going to get extinct. So the point which I mentioned earlier is also going to help us in certain way, because these two reasons which we are going to give, these two advantages in our journey which we are going to give, they are particularly focusing on our geographic advantages. Okay, we are present in the sunny tropical belt. So we get a lot of renewable energy sources. We get a lot of sunlight, and we also have a lot of natural resources. So we could use renewable energy in a proper way. And if we use this particular trend, it has an ideal combination of both solar insulation and a big consumer base density. We have got a lot of people here, as we all know. The Indo-Gangetic Plains is the highest population density in the world. It has the highest population density, more people per square kilometer. That's what population density is. So we also have 25% of the world's thorium resources. So all these geographic factors are definitely advantageous in our journey towards becoming a superpower. And there could be no doubt that we are going to become a superpower one day for sure, and we'll be considered a great country in a technological way. Culturally, we are unbeatable, but we are very soon going to be unbeatable technologically as well. Let's go to the next slide, Ritan.
So thank you. No. So if we see, India has the second most population in the whole world. So like and the 50 percentage of the population here are the teenagers and under the age of 24 under the group of 24 and continued by Dakshina.
Yeah, and India has got great relationships with a lot of good countries, important countries. Okay, a lot of countries don't go into agreements and relationships with other countries without any personal benefit. Of course, there's a personal benefit for two countries that are tying up. So, of course, we also have our personal benefit when we are having a good relationship with countries like United Kingdom, the United States of America, Japan, and Russia. So these countries could help us when we need them, and we are helping them when they need us. So it's a symbiosis basically. And we are also helping countries like in Africa. We are helping a lot of countries, and we are sending a lot of soldiers to the United Nations for the peacekeeping force. So we have a good reputation internationally. So that's a big advantage for us. Let's go to the next slide, Ritan.
So thank you. Na. So if we look at the next slide, in English is the most important language at this time, 21st century. And if you see, most of them are speaking in English, and in India also, it's sort of becoming the most international language, sort of. And if we see in MS session also, we have to speak in English, and it's going to help us a lot in the future. And sir also will be always saying that we have to speak in English in the most important times. And this will be the this slide. And 150 to 250 million speakers are in India itself, and there's a lot of speakers too. And continued by Dakshina in the next slide.
Yeah, and thank you, Ritan. So now let me just elaborate on the previous point which he said as well. English is a global language, as we all know. It connects various countries together. So if we have a lot of professionals who speak English, it's definitely going to be helpful for us. And we do have a lot of professionals who are fluent in English. This is because no, then you can go to the next slide. I'll just finish it off quickly because it takes some time for me to see the screen, like when you say change the
Yes.
slide. Okay. Yeah, and continuing about that, we have a lot of professionals who speak fluent English. This is because of the ground level work which we are doing, right from schools to institutions like MS evening sessions, where English speaking is very much essential and it's stressed upon frequently. So this could create and generate more English speakers. And the economy of India is the world's third largest in terms of real GDP after USA and China. So in 2015, as I mentioned, India overtook China to become the fastest growing major economy in the world. So you're not trying to make things complicated here. We have to be proud of how our economy is progressing. Right now, our economy is stagnant due to the pandemic. So is the economy of each and every other country which is affected by this pandemic. But we can be very much assured and happy about the progress which our economy has made. We all know economy is a major part of any country's success. The way you manage the money which you have, the way you collect taxes from the people, the way you implement it in your policies, everything India has done so far is really good. And India, and for this food production point, I'll ask Ritan to explain it very quickly.
So thank you. Now. So India is growing like a 9% per year for the food, and the if you see the most of the Indians on the southern side, Tamil Nadu peoples are full of farmers, but nowadays it's like sort of becoming like Western peoples, and at the right now the southern areas are mostly villages, and there will be only farmers, and wheats growing will be a lot, and continued by Dakshina for the third point.
And we have a great IT industry. Our IT industry is expanding, and some of the countries have begun to describe us as a technology superpower because of Bangalore is a Silicon Valley of India. We've got a lot of cities which are developing technologically. Let's go to the next slide, Ritan. Now we saw some advantages, we saw some disadvantages, and we saw the challenges which we are facing. So now I would like Ritan to explain about our next slide, and I'll continue later.
Thank you, Na. So India is attempting to develop a highly skilled workforce. So in the future, the software is going to be the main thing in the future. So India is trying to improve and revolute the science and the technological sectors. And I would like Dakshina to say the second point.
This is sir, we'll finish it as quickly as possible. So sorry, sir. And India has a multi-ethnic, multilingual, and multi-religious society. We all know that different kinds of people who have different beliefs live in this country, and yet we have managed to, suppress and control all the riots which happen between religions. There are riots that happen between religions, but still we have managed to give ourselves a unique, eclectic culture, which is a combination of various cultures and various religions. Let's go to the next slide.
And I would like everyone to watch this video. I would like Dakshina to explain this video a bit clearly.
Okay, a very important thing which India must do is utilization of rural talents. The person which you saw right now, he didn't go to school. He is not that much educated, but still mathematically his brain is really good. We all have seen a lot of people who break Guinness records due to their good calculation abilities. They could give out the answers of complex problems within seconds. This person also that kind of a person, but he's not globally acknowledged right now. Yes, some of his videos have been trending, and a lot of newspapers have taken it only to boost their TRP, not for his benefit. And just imagine how much rural talents we have. He could just tell the number of days which you have lived so far just by listening to your age. If you give him your precise age, he'll calculate the number of days and even the number of hours which you have lived so far. It's something really good. And there are a lot of rural talents who live in like slums, who live in unestablished societies. If we bring out those talents and if we nurture them, then they could take India to another level. And these kinds of people have a lot of patriotism towards them. And a lot of people say that a lot of even one YouTuber criticized some northeastern people, saying that they have come from China, they don't belong to India, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. But the Indian football team mainly has people from northeast. So we have to respect those kinds of people as well. So there are a lot of underrated people in our country. Let's finish it up by giving the last conclusion. Ritan, quickly give your part of conclusion and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes, so I would like our proud Indian Army people to they're just in this pandemic also they're just giving their life, and they're just protecting from not just our border enemies, and they're also protecting from the pandemic too, but with there are some sort of peoples in from in China also illegally they're just transmitting COVID peoples. I've heard like in a secret news in the Chrome page. I just saw it, and they're just bringing COVID people to Indian sites, and they're just mostly protecting it. And I would like army peoples to just appreciate them for a bit. And Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Yeah, and now Ritan, 1 second. If we started our presentation by a quote, why not end it up with a quote as well? Give your quote and end this up, bro.
Okay, now. So by Mahatma Gandhi, he said that a nation's culture resists in the heart and the soul of the peoples. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you.
Sir, and in the middle, you told about the time, sir, and sorry for the delay, sir. We actually planned that we could complete it fastly, sir, but it wasn't going in the plan, sir.
Yes, sir. Like it's a
It's
very
okay.
complex topic, so that's why, sir.
It's a little voluminous topic and you have to take this time. And I don't think it's a problem. 45 minutes totally, a session's timing. Good job. Very well done.
Wonderful job, Dakshit ma'am. Ritan, it was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Wonderful job, Dakshin and Ritan.
Thank you, Milkwash.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Wonderful job,
Sundar.
thank
Dakshin
you,
and
sir.
Ritan. Very well done,
Thank you,
Dakshin
Guru.
and
Thank you,
Ritan.
Thank
Siddhi.
you, Sippy.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ashokam. Thank you so
Well
much, sir. Thank you, everyone, for giving 45 minutes of your precious time towards our presentation. Thank you so much.
No problem, always a pleasure.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I have got a couple of questions to both of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, by the way, people, are you able to see me and hear me? Both fine, audio and
Yes,
video?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, Dakshin, you mentioned about the topic few days back when you discussed about the topic, when you were getting the sanction for the topic, you mentioned about the Western culture and how India has started imbibing the Western culture. And over the period of time, after certain timeline of your presentation, both of your presentations, it took from the ethnicity of Western culture being imbibed to cross-cultural diversity and lots of other civics topic. Back in our school days, we used to have a subject called as civics in the school. So that subject is no more, and it has been blended along with SST these days. So you have spoken about cross-cultural diversity and civic authorities information. And at one point of time, you and Ritan were speaking about the imbibing of, some of the resources that were not utilized by India. Yes, you mentioned and you gave a credit to our Prime Minister, and then you came along with another diversified topic of psychologically, people have been advanced, and you mentioned me also in that clip. Thank you so much for that. And then after that psychological insight you mentioned, then you moved around and you started speaking about lack of attention given to the rural expertise and the rural talents, and you finished with the utilization of rural talents. If I am able to complain that the topic has been narrowed down towards one extent and it has been pulled out to various other multifold extent, and if I make it as a complaint, how would you defend that?
Yes, sir. Sir, so the first thing, one of the objectives, actually, we have combined two topics into one, sir. One of them is I've always seen my friends say that USA is cool, I wish I could go there. UK is cool, I wish I could settle there. And they don't give India the same priority, sir, because just because we are not as much developed as those countries. So initially, we wanted to prove that we are also better than those countries in our own ways. But at the same time, we also wanted to prove that we are also not too perfect. There are certain things which we could learn from those countries as well. And there are some things which we could inculcate in ourselves to become better. So we are not too perfect, and at the same time, we are not too inferior, sir. And also, we have mentioned certain ways in which we could become perfect and in which we could treat our youngsters better, because youngsters are the face of this country in the future. So they could take us to new heights. So it's entirely about the development of India, the superiority of India. It's everything in together, like an oasis, sir. Like we are mentioning our problems and we are mentioning our advantages, everything together, sir.
About that, what will actually bring people with a different kind of an insight? Like Ritan and you both were mentioning about people considering going to abroad countries as a chief option and a cool option. And you also came up with some solutions as to how people can start being so much proud being in India. But right now, COVID-19 has come and it has made the globe flat. Okay, so people are not having the authentic desire of going to the abroad countries because the travel is being restricted now, and there are plenty of risks involved with the travel, and airborne kind of traveling has been always a risky factor. And right now, COVID has really put its own clutches that people will not be thinking. Let's hypothetically go back to 2019, where we were having no problem at all. And in my opinion, before 2020, it was heaven. So let's go back to the heaven period, where we did not get stuck with this pandemic. Um, do you really think, was there a particular solution other than COVID-19 to come and strike a slash and slap on the face of the people, to stop thinking about the westernized travel and considering westernized stay as the better option of their standard of living? Do you really think, was there a solution for making people think like that? Now people have started thinking. Now people are sticking up with Indian dreams. Now people are not having US dreams, UK dreams, abroad dreams. People are sticking up with the Indian dreams. But my question is, if it had not been COVID-19, was there any other kind of solution which would have made the people think in a different perspective about foreign countries?
Sir, Ritin wants to go first, sir. Can I answer after him, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, about in 2019, sir. So there is one way, sir, and at the starting, sir, it'll be not good and it'll be like a rough road, sir. But if you are going in that road, sir, it'll be like becoming smoother, sir. I'm like to explain. I'm explaining that our history, sir. It's not just a word like history, sir. There is a lot of things, sir. So if we take in our old battles, sir, there is a lot of battles from 1 to 8, and there is a lot of episodes like that, sir. There are some episodes like that, sir, and I have watched some of that episodes in my mobile phone, sir, and I should not say like in the episode you hate that, sir, but as you asked this question, sir, but I would like to say this, sir, there is a lot of episodes, sir, so, and I would say that if we are looking after our history, sir, there is a lot of there is going to be a lot of changes in our change change to India for living, sir, not to abroad, sir. And I would like Dakshina to continue, sir.
Sir, and I would also like to point out some mistakes which our country itself has done, sir. Like there's small mistakes, sir, which has inspired, inspired within double quotes, our individuals or talented people to go there, sir. Sir, in Indian movies, sir, nowadays they consider it as a trend to go abroad for shooting certain scenes, sir, because they consider it as cool, because the scenery is nice, and this because a lot of people watch movies, they get inspired that even I want to go and live a lifestyle like the rich people whom like they portray some rich people in certain movies who live abroad. So even they get that particular tendency that wow, Akshay Kumar in this movie is living in London. I also want. Sorry, sir, just an example, sir. Even I want to go there and live in the future. I'll do the same job as him. I'll be a great person. I'll be an IT professional, and I'll earn a lot of money there. And there's a lot of competition for each and every spot here, sir, which drives people to go abroad because at times proper talent is not recruited in our country, sir. At a lot of times it because but in the other countries they have an eye for talent and they scout the best people in certain fields, so they like give lucrative offers to a lot of people and they bring them to their country, sir. So these are two problems which our own country is facing, not because we are doing it intentionally, sir, but unintentionally due to the impact of this particular Western domination thing. The people are getting inspired in a wrong way to leave our motherland and go to the other countries, sir. To prevent that, our country, like, it must start from the base, sir, right from involving more villages in the movies to involving, like, giving equal importance to some vernacular languages as well, sir, so that our mind will be Indianized and not too much inclined towards the Western people and Western countries. So,
Right. So that has again come to the evidential discussion of Indian meritorious system. You spoke about movies, and I was reading a literature back in 1995 when I was 11th grade student, I believe. So You spoke about football and you spoke about Indian footballers being from Northeast. Now, Baichung Bhutia was a fantastic example. And there are plenty of other people who are currently playing in football, Indian football team roster and the Indian club football, which is actually a joke. So those people are from Northeast. Now, going back to the Northeast, if you take Nepal, if you take Assam, if you take Manipur or Mizoram, those people are still trained only to become Gurkhas and wanting to become security guards. And they are not given the meritorious education and they are not allowed or provided with the proper amenities of uh, getting advanced in their life. But if you speak about the Western countries, இங்க இருக்கிற இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் வெஸ்டர்ன் கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல இல்லையா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டா வெஸ்டர்ன் கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல இருந்திருக்கு. Italians were encroaching United States of America way back in 1935, 1940. People wanted to get into America. Italians, German, then people from France, people from Spain, and also to an extent people from Cambodia. All these people were trying to encroach into America, understanding that America was a land of resources. அங்கேயும் இதே பிரச்சனை இருந்துச்சு. எப்படின்னா ரூரல் ஏரியால இப்ப நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி டேலண்ட்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம இன்னும் ஸ்டெபிலைஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு இப்ப சொல்லி எப்படி இந்தியாவில் அது நடக்காம இருக்கும் அங்கேயும் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. பட் that is where I want you to study the political science of America when John F. Kennedy was the president, when Reagan was the president. These presidents were class apart. Okay. After Abraham Lincoln days, these people, Reagan, John F. Kennedy, இவங்கெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு சொல்லி கேட்டா they went into the rural areas. இப்ப ஸ்டாலினுடைய பையன் உதயநிதி ஸ்டாலின் அவருடைய தொகுதியில போய் ஸ்டண்ட் விட்டுட்டு இருக்காரு இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி these people went into the rural areas and they brought all those unsung heroes into the town. காப்லர்ஸா இருந்தவங்களை கூட்டிட்டு வந்து மோனார்கியில வந்துகிட்டு அவங்களுக்கு போஸ்டிங்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க. அதே மாதிரி பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா வீடு வீடா போய் தச்சு வேலை செஞ்சவன், வீடு வீடா போய் வந்துகிட்டு சேர்ல ஒயர் பின்னிட்டு இருந்தவன், அவனுங்களெல்லாம் கூட்டி இழுத்துட்டு வந்து கவர்மெண்ட்ல வேலை கொடுத்தாங்க. ஸோ இது எல்லாம் இந்தியன் இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸுக்கு முன்னாடி அமெரிக்கா, யூகே மாதிரி இடங்கள்ல நடந்துச்சு. தோஸ் பீப்புள் அவங்க சோ பண்ண சீட்ஸ் தான் இப்ப அமெரிக்கால பயங்கரமா மரமா வளர்ந்து நிற்குது. ஸோ நீ சொல்ற மாதிரி இந்த பிரசன்டேஷனை நீ சொல்ற மாதிரி ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கலா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரூரல் ஏரியால இருந்து டேலண்ட்டை கொண்டு வந்தா அது நடந்துச்சுன்னா சந்தோஷம். ஆனா அது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அமெரிக்கால அப்படி ஒரு விஷயம் நடந்ததுங்கிறது 1930s. அப்போ 1930s அவன் பண்ண விஷயத்த 100 வருஷம் கழிச்சு நம்ம பண்றோம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு அவமானம் நம்மளுக்கு ஏற்படும். இந்தியன் பொலிட்டிக்கல் சயின்சஸ் தெரிஞ்ச சில ஆட்கள் லைக் அமர்த்தியா சென், எக்கனாமிஸ்ட், சீஃப் எக்கனாமிஸ்ட், or if you take to an example like space researchல பெரிய ஆளா இருந்தாலும் our own former president, the golden man of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, இவங்கெல்லாம் இது அமைதியாவே வச்சிருந்தாங்க. அமெரிக்கா அந்த காலத்துல பண்ண விஷயத்தை இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பண்ணி அமெரிக்காவை அட பாவி நாங்க அப்ப யோசிச்சது நீங்க இப்பதான் யோசிக்கிறீங்களாடா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம கெட்ட பேர் வாங்கக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக these people were stuck up, just like my camera got stuck. Am I stuck? Am I frozen?
No sir.
Right.
No sir.
So இப்படி யாரும் நம்மள சொல்லிடக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக they kept those secrets not unleashed. So இப்போ நான் question கேட்க தான் வந்துட்டு இருக்கேன். So hope you have understood the groundwork of my statement.
Yes sir.
நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒருவேளை if we are getting out into the rural areas and we are bringing all the talent down to the center from the rural area, do you really think the current generation youngsters, will you be accepting? A person like Dakshin Siddharth is preparing for JEE. A person like Kalpita Sri is preparing in some extreme. A person like Mirdupashni Mitra or Udeshri Binda are preparing in some extreme. இவ்வளோலாம் கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு நீங்க அந்த போஸ்டிங்க்கு போகும்போது அந்த போஸ்டிங்ல நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு ரூரல் ஏரியால படிக்காதவனை இப்ப நீ காமிச்சிய ஒரு மேத்தமேட்டிக் விசார்ட், அன்எஜுகேட்டட் மேத்தமேட்டிக் விசார்ட், அவன் அங்க உட்கார்ந்து இருந்தான்னா உன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர் அந்த வேலைக்கு போகும்போது அவன் உனக்கு போட்டி போட்டான்னா won't there be a rage amongst the youngsters, educated youngsters? How will you face that controversy?
Sir, yes sir, that's very much possible sir, and like it's a very nice question sir. Firstly, sir, I think the rural areas should be developed properly, sir, because only if we have to make sure that the rural people are also qualified enough, sir, that they have the potential, sir, because we just cannot pick up any random person and bring here, sir. That would definitely cause a lot of ego issues among talented and like knowledgeable youngsters. But we could start the work from ground level and lay more emphasis on the villages as well, sir, giving quality education to the villages as well. Because sir, like if we could just imagine that if this particular math wizard was, if he utilized his full potential and if he was given a global acknowledgement, he would have brought a lot of laurels to India, sir. And even the Western countries definitely must have tried to snatch him away, sir. Just like how an eagle snatches away a bunny, which is on the ground. So
Just like how Hitler, approached Janssen, as you
yes, sir.
mentioned.
Yes, sir. So always, the Western countries always have, especially America, which is soft, which is technologically very much developed. They always have an eye towards the Indians, sir. Like because Indians are one of the main reasons why America is at the top in the software field, so especially in the software field. Like like almost 40 to 50% of the major occupations, right from Google CEO Sundar Pichai, sir. A lot of people are well employed in America, and they're contributing towards them. They just don't want to pay thousands of crores to people without any thing in return. So they get a lot of return from those people. So just like that, if we make our rural people, 1 second, sir. Yes, sir. If
Your
we
mom
make,
is getting.
yes, sir. Like that ringtone really annoys me, sir. And sorry for the interruption, sir. And like if
No.
we bring out these particular rural talented people in our in the mainstream, it could really contribute, sir. It could increase the level of competition, the quality of competition. And if the selector or the concerned authorities is unbiased, sir, it would prove to be even more as a blessing in disguise, sir. Because a lot of rural parents bring up this particular concept in their children, that you're not going to study when you grow up. You'll just work with me and dad in the fields. You're just going to work with us. And to the girls, especially in rural areas, you're going to cook with me, because that's going to be more helpful for you. Don't study, stop following your passion. And a lot of parents even curb their children, so not everyone, sir, especially in the rural
Right.
areas, sir. That, and even certain rural people have a thought process that my son will be successful only if he becomes a doctor and nothing else. Only if he goes and becomes a doctor or an engineer, only that will help him. If he's talented in sports, they don't consider that, sir. So all these problems are there, sir. But if we start working from now, better now than never, sir. We could start, if
Okay.
we could start working on that particular thing, then I think even the future generation will accept this particular policy, sir, and it could build a new India, sir. That's
Right.
our motive, sir, of this presentation which we made.
Okay. Very well done. I really appreciate both Dakshin Siddharth and Ritan Nitish for making a classy presentation. A lot of persuading concepts, facts, and possibilities in the future. And that's really a wonderful way of presenting. Good job.
Very well
Thank you, sir.
done,
Very well done,
Thank you
Dakshin
so much,
Lakshman
sir.
and
Very well
Ritan.
done,
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
friends.
Very well
thank
done,
you,
Dakshin and
friends.
Ritan.
Very well done, Dakshan and Ritan.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
Very well
you.
done, Dakshin and Ritan.
thank you,
Thank
Darshan.
you, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, well, you were asking the question, sir. You said that before 100 years itself, America has utilized this idea that the rural peoples are coming to the higher authority, sir. So, for that, I would just like to say a statement, sir. So, every exam paper has to say have the same will have. I mean, it's going to have the same answer, sir. So whatever the question is like, sir, the answer should be the same, sir. Just like that, sir. America, sir, it's like one of the way of coming up, sir. So we are also using that, sir. It's not like copying, sir. It's just like borrowing, sir. So I would just like to say that, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Hariharan version 2.0, sir.
நல்லதுங்க. Wonderful. Your efforts, your speech. நீ சொன்ன பார்த்தியா, நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் மட்டும் நான் சொல்லிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்ட்டு அங்கதான் நான் நிக்கிறேன். நீ செம.
Super, Ritan.
Sir, in
Good
my
job.
life, these are all my things happen, sir. In my life, sir.
உனக்கு அதெல்லாம் வேற இருக்காடா? சொல்லவே இல்லை. உனக்கு லைஃப் இருக்குங்கிறதே இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு தெரியும். ரைட், சரி, ஓகே. Right. Okay, so what best as a trainer I would like to assess in this presentation is Dakshin's effort to bring the best out of Ratan Nitish, and he has never been. பேசி முடிக்க வரைக்கும் அமைதியா இருங்க. பேசி முடிக்கல well done Dakshin அண்ணா, well done. எல்லாம் ஒரு சேர கத்துறீங்க. அமைதியா வருங்க, பேசுறது மூல முழுசா கேட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் சரிடா இப்ப அடிக்கடா போட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் கத்துங்க. So this is one of the best presentations that Ratan Nitish has ever made, and you get the contrasting effect with the person who is doing a good presentation. So Dakshin made a good presentation, and he induced Ratan Nitish properly, and he was able to do things well. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well done, Ratan.
Very well done, Dakshin and Ratan. Well done,
Thank you
Dakshin
so
and
much.
Ratan.
Very well done, Dakshana
Thank
and
you, Kalpita.
Ratan.
Thank you, Brinda. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Ashwathaman. Thank you, Mutta. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ratan அப்படியே வேற லெவல் இருந்தா சார். எப்பவுமே ஸ்கைப்லயே இருந்தா சார் Ratan. Discussion.
Right, that's good. Okay, Kalpita.
Sir.
Since it has taken a longer time, and I have also questioned, Dakshin and Ratan are not going to question any of you, and we are finishing this Dreamline presentations. So, Dreamline presentations la ella presentations mudichittinga 2 days span la. I want you to give your learning as a Dreamline presentation presenter and a listener. Ethaniyo presentations MS evening sessions are nadandirukku. So, as a 10th grader right now, and as a matured individual and one among the senior most people of MS evening sessions who has attended more than almost about 300 sessions, and yesterday was Kalpita's 1 year completion. Yes, sir. So I really appreciate Kalpita for that landmark.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kalpita.
Congratulations, Kalpita.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Nidika.
So in the ஒரு வருஷத்துல எத்தனையோ presentations நீ attend பண்ண, and recently you gave a good performance in Vivavos as well. How do you think in this 1 year travel for you in MS evening sessions, this Dreamline presentations, how do you think it was different, and what's your learning out of it?
Okay. So first, the combination itself is different, sir. A senior and a junior, sir. Senior can very well guide the junior person, sir, and he can bring the best out of the junior. And even the juniors here are very talented, sir, like Siddhi, like amongst the other people who are common, sir. We are really special, and we are really feel blessed to be here, sir. Especially Siddhi when he was combined with Ashwathaman, sir, he also gave his best, and Ashwathaman also did his best, sir. So the first one is to not discriminate about the ages, sir. Whatever the age is, there is talent, sir. Whomever the person is combined with, it is our potential to bring out our best, sir. And from each of the presentations, I have learned a lot of things, sir. From from the first presentation, it was about visualization, sir. We have been always doing guided meditation and visualization, sir. I have been doing right after coming to MS evening session only, sir. Their presentation emphasized more on the importance of on the visualization, sir. Like they asked questions regarding visualization, and everybody answered really well, sir. So the main extract from their presentation is the importance of visualization, and to not leave it, sir. To always continue, though if we are middle age like 30 or 20 years, to not leave that visualization, sir. Second, it was our presentation, sir, and I am always obsessed with space related things, sir, like interplanetary travels, black holes, and all, sir. It gave me time. It was an idea that was written in my idea pad, sir, and it gave me the right time and right opportunity to learn about it and present it here, sir. And Mitra, Brinda, everybody, Vishnu Priya and Bindu Bashnak also gave very good support, sir. Their informations also were really good, and the learnings from Indian Army was also good, sir. We are able to connect it with our lives, sir. Next, Ashwathaman's and Siddhi Adityan's presentation, like I
said already, we have a lot to learn from Sibi Adityan, sir, actually speaking. Sibi Adityan and Ashwathaman, that was a really good combo, sir. It was about honeybees, environment, and how they are helping us, sir. Today, the last presentation, Dakshina and Ritin, it was really good, sir. And I did not feel that they were taking a lot of time, sir, like 40 minutes. It was like only 5 minutes they were explaining, so it was really good, sir. And they have brought up a lot of important message to be conveyed to the youngsters who are upcoming youngsters that are teenagers, and they have changed a few of the aspects of Indian mentalities, so like going for abroad for jobs and tourism. It is better to be in India and uh, uh, grow its our own GDP. So, there are a lot of learning, sir, and teamwork has always been one of the most important learnings from the MSc institutions, sir. So these are my learnings, sir.
Beautiful, wonderful, Kalpita. Very nice explanation.
You.
I really appreciate it. Good job. I'm so much happy that you have taken it on the right step. Nice. Vishnupriya.
Yes, sir.
Like Kalpita was mentioning about her oasis of learning out of this, she related her own presentation till Aswathaman and Sibiat's presentation. You have been doing very good presentations as well, and you presented about Indian Army. What is your learning out of this Dreamline presentation, where the senior and junior combination has been levied?
Yes, sir. So the first learning is creativity, sir. Every single person in this class has lots of creativity, sir. Even Sibi Adityan has, as he is the junior most in this class, he also has lots of creativity, sir. And he presented about honeybee, and he said his learnings also from that observation from that presentation, sir. And in our presentation, everyone had different ideas, and that. We need creativity to combine all those ideas, sir. And Dakshinanna's and Ritan's presentation also had lots of creativity and lots of content, sir. Every presentation had lots of important content, sir. And Guru Prasanna and Sanjay Anna also made of visualization, that is that we have in all the therapies that we do, sir. Every therapy consists of visualization, sir. And these things have lots of content, and that is connected with our lives, sir. And we shall take all those learnings from each presentation, and we can use it in our life, so that it would be easier, and we'll feel comfortable to face all the obstacles that would come against us in our lives, sir.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, Kalpita.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Sibi Adityan. What did you learn in these presentations?
Sir, I learned this. 1 minute, sir. I don't remember that.
Don't remember that. Hey.
Sir, now I'm keeping, sir, that I forgot it, sir. That's only, sir.
Sure. So. Sir, okay. Sanjay Bhaskar and Guru Prasanna made the first presentation about visualization. The second presentation was done by the girls about the great aspects of life. The third presentation was done by you and Aswatthama about honeybee. And the fourth and final presentation was done by Dakshin Siddharth and Ritan Nitish about the Western culture imbibing and India's scarce resources, and how the grey areas can be turned into green. Now, Sibi Adityan, this is a shield. Yes, Solu.
Sir, I learned this. Learned. I'm Dakshinana mentioning that, sir. I remember the one thing, sir. That Jhansi Rani. First battle for sir. That one I remember, sir. That like we also I am anybody become a soldier or anyone can do that. We can save our India, sir.
தக்ஷின் வந்து ஜான்சி ராணி பத்தி பேசவே இல்லையா?
சார் எனக்கு தோணுச்சுங்க சார்.
தோணுச்சு நல்லா ஜான்சி ராணி பத்தி. சரி, okay. So boys and girls, Sivyadityan has got a clause to be executed, and that clause is he can avail the merit for his own team or he can give it to the others, but either way he will earn the bonus for that. The class that he has earned, most importantly, the class he has earned out of being a winner in the election. Hope you all remember that.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
Sivyadityan, this is a shield, and in this Dreamline presentations, this shield is going to be given to the winner. And that winner will get the trainer's cut bonus. So, I told you that you have got the right to choose the person or the team that is going to win. Guru Prasanna and Sanjay made presentation for 15 minutes and 35 seconds. Mridubhashini, Kalpita, Mitra and team made the presentation for almost about half an hour. You and Aswathaman made presentation for almost about 22 minutes. Dakshin Siddharth and Ritan Nitish have finished their presentation in 45 minutes. So out of these 4 presentations, to whom you are going to give this trainer cut bonus shield? You can decide, because you are going to be the deciding authority. நீ உன்னோட டீமுக்கும் சொல்லிக்கலாம், அப்போ உனக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும். எங்க டீமுக்கு பாதி போனஸ், இந்த டீமுக்கும் பாதி போனஸ்னு சொல்லலாம், அப்போ உனக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும். ஒருத்தனுக்கு உங்க டீம்னு நீ சொன்னீங்கன்னா அஸ்வத்தாமனுக்கும் சேர்த்து கிடைக்கும். இல்ல இது நான் யாருக்கு கொடுக்க விரும்பல, இது எனக்கு தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்றதும் நீ சொல்லிக்கலாம், அப்போ உனக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும். இல்ல சார் நான் இந்த டீமுக்கு கொடுக்குறேன் சார், எங்க டீமுக்கு கூட வேண்டாம், இந்த டீமுக்கு கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொல்லி சொன்னா அந்த டீமுக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும், உனக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும். ஸோ எப்படி பார்த்தாலும் உன் பிசினஸ் சக்சஸ், உனக்கு போனஸ் கிடைக்கும். பிகாஸ் யூ ஹவ் earned it by winning in that election. அதனால யோசிச்சு நிதானமா உன்னுடைய கிரியேட்டிவிட்டியை யூஸ் பண்ணி, உன்னுடைய மென்டல் அசஸ்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஜட்ஜ்மெண்டல் ரேஷியோவை யூஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு வின்னரை பண்ணி சூஸ் பண்ணி எனக்கு சொல்லணும்.
Okay, sir. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Come on, Sibi, come on.
கரெக்டா 1 நிமிஷம் நான் இங்க டைமர்ல வச்சிடுறேன். 1 நிமிஷத்துல நான் மறுபடியும் வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணுவேன், அப்ப நீ சொல்லணும். Time starts now. Boys and girls, let's wait for him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
One minute elapsed. Sivyadityan, you're on.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'm thinking I can give for Sanjay and Guru Prasanna, sir. Then they will more speaking, sir. More speaking, sir. More speak and then they will make like Dakshinana, sir. That's all, sir.
சஞ்சயோட டீமுக்கா தக்ஷனோட டீமுக்கா இல்ல ரெண்டுக்குமே வா?
Sir, we can give 2 for each, sir.
So you want me to give the shield by breaking it into two and give it one half to Dakshin and one half to Sanjay? அப்படியா?
Yes, sir.
Ada fine la, Sibi Adityan?
Yes, sir. You can want, you can change, sir.
No. Official announcement is that Sibi Adityan has executed his clause and he wants to give the trainer cut bonus one half to Sanjay, Guru Prasanna, another half to Dakshin and Ritanitesh. So these two shields of trainer cut bonus go to Sanjay's team and Dakshin's team. Good job, boys.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mitra.
Congratulations.
Thank you, CB.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, teams.
Thank you, sir.
Mitra.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sibi.
Siddharth.
Thank you, friends.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Let me tell you how CRS is going to be impacted with this Dreamline presentation activity. Listen to me very carefully. Every single person has made a presentation and every single person has joined hand along with either a senior or a junior. And trainer cut bonus was available. The trainer cut bonus was a bulk of a chunk of bonus point that is to be given as trainer's cut, which would be decided by Sibi Adityan. And now that he has given the decision, he has not availed the trainer chunk bonus or trainer cut bonus for his own team. Therefore, apart from the regular mark that is given for all the teams and all the persons for their presentations, Sanjay Bhaskar, Guru Prasanna, Dakshin Siddharth and Ritan Nitesh will get few extra bonus that the other people are not getting. So this is point number one. Sibi Adityan, as a clause of winning that election and for choosing this winners and giving the shield to the trainer cut bonus, I told you beforehand itself that anyhow he will be getting a bonus for himself. So Sibi Adityan gets a bonus, just like Vishnupriya got the leadership bonus, just like Aswathaman got the halfway leadership bonus. Sibi Adityan gets the decider authority bonus this week on Sunday. So, எல்லாருக்கும் பெனிஃபிட் இருக்கு. ஆனா குறிப்பா குரு, சஞ்சய், தக்ஷன், ரித்தன், சிபி இவங்க 5 பேருக்கும் கொஞ்சம் extra benefits because of the extra privileges. You have got any questions?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, as far as I am concerned, என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் each presentation was unique in its own way. Sanjay Guru Prasanna's presentation was unique in trend setting. The girls' presentation, like Mridubhashini till Mitra, that presentation had variety. Aswathaman and Sibi's presentation had wonderful harmony and coordination. Ritan Nitish and Dakshin Siddharth's presentation had a great volume of content, richness in content, and I specifically loved the way that they role played every single thing. They spoke about Shakespeare, they spoke about Hitler, Dhyan Chand, they spoke about the civilizations of our country, and they also spoke about solutions of the country. Content-wise, Dakshin Siddharth and Ritan's presentation is top-notch. So I appreciate both of you. Good, very nice.
Thank you so much, sir. And your video was an inspiration for us, sir.
Thank you, Dakshin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Kalpita.
இது எல்லாத்தோட இம்பாக்டும் உங்களுக்கு சண்டே உங்க சிஆர்எஸ் ஷீட்டை பார்க்கும்போது தெரியும்.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Well then, so regular streamல இருக்கிற செகண்ட் ஆக்டிவிட்டியை நல்லா பண்ணி முடிச்சிருக்கீங்க.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. Concurrent countries and Dreamline presentation. Shall we get into the third activity?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vishnupriya, Brinda, what was the name of the therapy that I mentioned in this task sheet this morning?
So this morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Art
I
solar.
think you didn't. Sir,
I think
yesterday only you mentioned supplement therapy, sir.
so இன்னைக்கு காலையில நான் டாஸ்க் ஷீட் அனுப்பவே இல்லை.
Sir, you sent us, sir.
அப்ப சொல்லு.
Sir, today morning. Okay, sir. Sir, today morning the main I saw was first you said about Dakshinanna and Ritan, sir, and you told about Vishnu Priya, sir, and that's all, sir. You said about therapy.
What therapy?
Sir, something you said, sir. Memory something, sir.
Memory something. நீ எல்லை பாதுகாப்பு அதிகாரிகள் கூட ரவுண்ட் டேபிள் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்ல இருந்தியா அந்த டைம்ல? ரொம்ப பிஸியா இருந்தியோ? இதை பார்க்க முடியாத அளவுக்கு டைம் இல்லாதனால.
No, sir. Morning, sir. Actually, I got today from 10th. I got some online classes, sir. Actually, I don't know, sir. Today online classes, sir. So I later only I know, sir. My mother didn't inform me, sir. But so that only, sir. Sir, but I read the task sheet, sir.
Okay, the other people have raised a hand. I'm not going to ask the other people. And there is a probability that quicker phone எடுத்து நீங்க பார்த்திருக்கலாம். அதனால the other people அந்த இதோட நேம் you did not watch phone எதுவும் பார்க்கல. அதனால நீ தான் என் கண்ணு முன்னாடி வந்து எதையும் பார்க்காம உட்கார்ந்திருக்க. Tell me the name.
Sir, for how to forget the bad memories, sir?
Name for the therapy. அதுக்கு நேம் ஒன்னு கொடுத்துருந்தேன்.
Yes, sir. You told the name, sir. Sir, losing your keys, sir.
ஆமா. இத என்ன உள்ள வச்சு கதவை நல்லா சாத்தி விண்டோஸ் எல்லாம் சாத்தி ஒரு பெரிய பூட்டா போட்டு அந்த சாவி கொண்டு தொலைச்சு. அது பெஸ்டா இருக்கும். எல்லாத்துக்கும் பெஸ்டா இருக்கும். இவனுக்கும் பெஸ்டா இருக்கும். இவங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ்களுக்கும் பெஸ்டா இருக்கும். உனக்கும் பெஸ்டா இருக்கும். Losing the key. Losing the key was the title. இல்ல? Sibi Adityan. நீ ஏதாவது இந்த தெராப்பி படிச்சு பாத்தியா? ஐ மீன் தெராப்பின்ற பாரு, இந்த டாஸ்க் ஷீட்டை படிச்சு பாத்தியா? நேம் ஏதாவது ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? சரி, ஞாபகம் இருக்கிற அந்த கொஞ்சம் ஞாபகம் இருக்கிறத சொல்லு பாப்போம். கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரும் கையை இறக்குறீங்களா? கை தூக்காதீங்க. I told you the question has got no probability of asking the next person. It's very easy. உங்க போன் நேரா எடுத்து நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. அதனால put your hands down. Aswathaman, lower your hand. I know that you are too smart. Yeah. Sibi சொல்லு.
Okay, sir. Sir, I remember that you sent it on yesterday only. I remember, sir.
சரி விடு.
Sir, I'm pretty sure that there was for the keys, sir. I'm pretty sure that there was a name as keys, sir. Hyphen how to forget bad memories.
How
sir.
to forget bad memories? What you said is right.
Yes, sir. Only
Description is right.
Yes, sir.
But I termed it is with key. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. The first word only I got a little confused, sir.
It's okay. But it is better. Vrindavukku nee better. Mirdubhashini, explain.
Sir, you mentioned the loss key method, sir. Erase things out of the memory.
இது பார்க்காம நீ ஞாபகம் வச்சிருந்தா? ஹானஸ்டா சொல்லலாம். நீ இது பார்க்காம ஞாபகம் வச்சிருந்தா இல்ல இப்போ ஒரு ரெஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு நீ எடுத்து பாத்தியா?
Sir, no, sir. I was right. Sir, after the Viva was conducted in the past session, sir, I started a resolution, sir. That is, I have to take notes of task sheet, sir. So I took notes of task sheet this morning, sir. So that helped me to refer it, sir.
You'll get bonus in your CRS for this. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Mridubhashini.
Thank you, Dakshin.
Super ka.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank you,
Akka.
friends. Thank you, friends.
That's a tactic that Mridubhashini has brought, or resolution. So I'm interested to know the other people's style. I'm curious to know. Task sheet எப்படி டீல் பண்றீங்க? கல்பிதா நீ சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, before I had no classes, sir. Now also I'm not having classes, sir. Like I will always write down, sir, including the date, the MSc reading session number. If it is an online session, the number of the online session, and even the Skype name I will write down, sir. That would be helpful, sir. And if it is a task voice, sir, I would hear it once, sir. And before coming to the session, also I'll hear it once, sir. If the task sheet is too long, sir, I'll take hints, sir, like the most important things that alone I'll take notes, sir.
You also get bonus for this, Kalpita.
Thank
I
you,
really appreciate it that way. Vishnupriya, you tell me. How do you actually deal with task sheet and task voices?
Yes, sir. Actually, after this 5 hours, me and Mirduka had a phone call, sir. Then we combined and we took many resolutions for to become more better, sir. So we both only took this resolution that we will take notes of what the task sheet, sir. Whatever is written in the task sheet, I would be writing it in my notepad, sir.
Fabulous. You have already told about this resolution phone call that you had with Mridubhashini, so you are also entitled for a CRS bonus. Good job. Nice.
Thank you.
Aswathaman, how do you deal with தயவு செய்து ஹானஸ்டா உண்மையை மட்டும் பேசு. கல்பிதா, Mridubhashini, Vishnupriya, Mitra பேசுன மாதிரி. Come on. Even Brinda spoke the truth exactly. Yeah, come on.
Sir, what I do is, sir, in morning, sir, first I'll wait for the task sheet to come, sir. Keep the phone almost near me, sir, and then I'll read it, sir. And from yesterday, when the night, sir, I remember about my score in the Viva, sir. So from yesterday alone, I wanted I wanted to write everything, the task wise and task sheets, sir, from yesterday alone, sir.
So you have started that habit from yesterday.
Yes, sir.
You will get a marginal bonus as well. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you,
Good. Keep that up. Dakshin Siddharth, what's your tactic of task wise and
Sir, yes, sir. Like on Viva was for the 1.0 CR, sir. Right when that was incepted, I realized the importance of taking notes of each and every task sheet and watching the recordings, sir. So that's why even, sir, like in the 2.0, so when Guru Prasna started making his presentation during the CRS 2.0, I started writing, so like maintaining a sort of notebook for writing right from CRS 2.0's first activity, sir. I've started taking notes for each and every activity, sir. And in the past couple of days, even if I'm not able to watch the task sheet, because like if I'm not able to take notes from the task sheet on that day itself because I'm in classes, sir, I rewatch that later when my classes end. And sometimes I go into the Skype recordings as well, sir. I'm maintaining notes, sir.
thank you. You never miss the bonus to you. So you get that. You get that.
Thank you, sir.
Ritan Nitish,
Yes, sir.
honest revelation. டாஸ்க் ஷீட்டும் டாஸ்க் வாய்ஸையும் எப்படி டீல் பண்ற? நீ குட் மார்னிங் விஷ் பண்றதை கூட சில நாட்களில் மறந்துடுற. அது எனக்கு தேவையில்லை. பட் டாஸ்க் ஷீட் எப்படி டீல் பண்ற?
Sir, after this Viva, sir, I'm like keeping the important points, sir. So it's not like writing the full important points, sir. I'm just writing. So today, sir, you told that Dakshinana and myself are going to make the presentation of the first, sir, and after that, Dr. Rao, yes, sir, in my note, I wrote that, sir, and Dr. Rahu, sir, and Vishnupriya Akka, 5:30, sir. And after that, sir, I wrote that the last key method, sir, erase bad memory, sir. And that's it, sir. I just wrote the key points like hints, sir. Sir, if anything can be useful in the future, sir, we don't know anything, sir. What's going to happen in the future, sir?
விஷ்ணுபிரியாவுடைய அப்பா பேர் எதுக்கிட்ட நோட்ஸ்ல எழுதி வச்ச?
சார் அது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் முன்னாடி இருந்துச்சு சார்.
அது ரகு சார் விஷ்ணுபிரியா 5:30 என்ன ஒரு கோட் சார்?
Sir, it would be easy to remember, sir. So if we writing Vishnupriya ka name inside, it would be not fastly remember, sir. In the task sheet, you wrote Vishnupriya ka dad's name, sir. So it will be easy to remember, sir.
கத்துக்குங்கடா, கத்துக்குங்கடா எல்லாரும்.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
ரகு சார் விஷ்ணுபிரியான்னு. ஐயோ கடவுளே.
Sir, Nitish never fails to make anyone laugh, sir.
True. I can't deny that. உங்க அப்பா வந்து நீ கூட இதை பண்ணுவேன்னு எதிர்பார்க்க.
Sir, Ritan is Ved version successor, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Guru Prasanna, what is the tactic of this task sheet and task wise?
Sir, before yesterday, I was just writing the notes which you give in the class, sir. I just taken rough note and wrote it, sir. But yesterday, Mirdoka came and said to write the task sheet also in the notes, sir. So that yesterday, I just from yesterday I just followed it, sir. Today also I wrote.
Yes, Guru Prasanna, மிருதாக்காவுக்கு நிறைய அனுபவங்கள் இருக்கு. அதனால தான் அவள் வந்து உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லியிருக்கா. அவளுடைய அனுபவத்தை எப்பவுமே இக்னோர் பண்ணிடாத, அதை சீவ் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோ. ஓகே, சம்பவம்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, அது நிறைய அவளுக்கு நடந்திருக்கு. அதனாலதான் அவள் அவ்வளோ கண்ணு கருத்துமா இருக்கா. சஞ்சய் பாஸ்கர்
சார்,
as a senior person, உன்னுடைய டாக்டிக் என்ன? எப்படி உனக்கு நேற்று உடம்பு சரியில்லைன்னு சொன்னேன், பரவாயில்ல. பட் பொதுவாகவே டாஸ்க் ஷீட் அப்படிங்கிறத நீ பார்த்துட்டு தான் இருக்க, அதை நானும் பார்க்குறேன். எப்படி டீல் பண்ற? ஹவு டு டீல் தட்?
சார்,
டாஸ்க் ஷீட் அப்படிங்கிறது இவங்க எல்லாரும்
sir, I'll be writing what all we did in notes, sir. Sir, I can't hear you, sir.
It's okay. கேள்வியே கேட்கலனாலும் பதில கரெக்டா சொல்லிட்டேன். எழுதி வச்சுக்குவே இல்லையா? டாஸ்க் ஷீட்ல எழுதி வச்சுக்கிறேன்ற தானே?
Yes, sir. In CRS1 I saw. So I wrote.
Sir, okay, right. How do you deal with task sheet?
Sir, I have 3 sections, sir. Sir, if it is task wise, if I hear with you, I don't take notes, sir. So task sheet, when, like for concurrent countries, you said the resources, sir. You told it should be it should have these proofs, sir. And also in bankers and bouncers activity, you told some terms, sir. So whenever if you send it as a task sheet, I copy down, sir. Even like 2 days back for Dreamline presentation, you sent the teams. You sent the task sheet consisting of the teams and the new teams, sir. The new consisted teams, sir, and I took notes, sir. If you send, like day before yesterday, you introduced the therapy, sir. So like that, if you send it in the group, that PPT, sir, I have a separate note, sir. That is from 2019 for all the therapies, you would show PPT, sir. So for that PPT, I have a notebook, sir.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes, sir.
I know the note.
Yesterday I started to write about subliminal therapy, sir. But I had some work, so I passed it down, and today I have to continue, sir. So if very important things, I will note it down in this notebook, sir. But I will reply only after completely reading that, sir.
You get a bonus as well.
Thank you.
Right. I was thinking of giving that therapy, but we have only 15 minutes left in the session because I had to do this. இந்த தெராப்பி நான் உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கணும்னு முடிவு பண்ணதுக்கு மெயின் காரணம் ரெண்டு விஷயம். ஒன்று வந்து a personal experience, and another one is basically you are into the teenage, and you are going to get progressed in the teenage, and there could be some bottlenecks, troublesome issues and distractions that could possibly come. So prevention is better than cureங்கிற மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி பிரச்சனைலாம் வரதுக்கு முன்னாடியே உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா you will kill the monster when it is little. ராட்சசன் குட்டியாக இருக்கும்போது அவனை போட்டு தள்ளிடலாம். அதுக்கு தான் இதை நான் உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலான்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ இட்ஸ் a very interesting therapy. அந்த தெராப்பியை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு எனக்கு சப்ளிமினலை பற்றி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு எப்படி ஒரு 3/4 மணி நேரம் தேவைப்பட்டுச்சோ I'll be needing about 40-45 minutes. I was initially thinking that Dakshin Siddharth's presentation முடிஞ்சோன்னா அது பண்ணலான்ட்டு ample time இருந்துச்சு. But then even after Sibi announcing about the shield, there was ample time. But Brinda வந்து அப்படி ஒரு jolt கொடுத்தோன்னே I had to make a surveillance of something else. Now the time has been eaten up, so I don't have time. But அதை பற்றி நாளைக்கு செஷன் ஆரம்பித்த உடனேயே சப்ளிமினல் எப்படி பண்ணமோ அதே மாதிரி a video will be recorded and that video will be put up into the YouTube channel and you will be given an work for preparing the therapy. And the therapy உங்கள் தெராப்பி மாடலையும் நீங்கள் சேர்த்துக்கணும். Can that be done?
Yes, sir. Sorry for what had happened today.
That's okay.
I will always look at, particularly in October month, you scolded.
You are known for your photographic memory. Okay, about the words, about the tasks. உலகத்தில் வந்து நீ 250 நல்ல விஷயம் பண்ணினாலும் 251வது தடவை ஒரு தப்பு பண்ணினா அதை மட்டும் பிடிச்சிட்டு எல்லாரும் பேசுவாங்க. அந்த 251வது டைமில் நீ தப்பு பண்ணாமல் இருக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன முயற்சி இதோ அதைத்தான் நீ செய்யணும். அதனால் முக்கியமான கட்டத்தில் இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்லம்ப் ஆகாமல் பார்த்துக்கோ.
I'm extremely sorry, sir. I didn't know that this could happen.
That's okay. Brinda,
excuse me, sir.
மித்ரா பண்ணதெல்லாம் ஒரு பெரிய மேட்டரே இல்லை. அவள் ஆக்சுவலாக எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லிட்டா, ஒரு வேர்டை மட்டும் தான் ஜம்பிள் பண்ணிட்டா. ஸோ தட்ஸ் நாட் அ மிஸ்டேக். பட் இத்தனை பேர் இத்தனை டாஸ்க்கு இத்தனை ரிவ்யூ எடுத்து இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. நீ இது ஒன்றுமே பண்ணல. உனக்கு மட்டும்தான் இதில் வந்துட்டு போனஸ் இல்லை. வாட் எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்?
So sorry, sir. Only today I did it, sir. Because morning actually I got some work, sir, but I actually it's not my careless mistake, sir. They told like after 10th only the school will get reopened, sir. But actually today the school was got reopened, sir. So I was seeing about it, sir. Usually I will send the task sheet to my mother, sir. So I will send the task sheet to my mother. Then from that note I will be noting down, sir. Even I know yesterday's task sheet. When you asked, you called that who's going for first, sir, and you told about supplements, sir. And I know I remember yesterday, sir. Today I didn't send it, sir. I didn't take notes, sir. Sorry, sir.
It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. You are not earning any penalty, but for the first time you are missing a bonus when everybody is getting a bonus. No problem. Work it out. நீ ஃபோனை வந்து லேட்டாக யூஸ் பண்ணுற, நான் இன்னைக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கிற ஒரு அக்னாலேஜ்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது நீ நாளைக்கு தான் கொடுக்குற அப்படிங்கிறத பற்றி எனக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஆனால் உன்னுடைய ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டிக்கு நான் அனுப்புகிற டாஸ்க் ஷீட் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நீ லேட்டாக படிக்கிறதுக்கு அம்மா எனக்கு ஃபோனை கொடுக்க மாட்டேன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க, அப்புறம் அம்மா எனக்கு அனுப்பாமல் விட்டாங்கிறதெல்லாம் நான் என்னால் எக்ஸ்கியூஸாக ஏற்றுக்க முடியாது. ஸோ அதை மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் அதை மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் ரெகுலேட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி பார்த்துக்கோ. கெட் a little oriented on that standpoint. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
That's okay. Right. So I have something to show to you. இந்த தெரப்பி பற்றி நம்ம பேச போகிறது என்னமோ நாளைக்கு தான். பட் அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த தெரப்பிக்கு அப்புறம் we are going to do an activity. அந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி பற்றி ஒரு சின்ன ஜிஸ்ட் இருக்குது in a form of a presentation. Shall I show that presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Eagerly waiting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We got about 10 minutes. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes or so. அந்த 10 நிமிஷத்துல அந்த பிரசன்டேஷனை பார்த்தலாம். அதுக்கப்புறம் I'll tell you what we are going to do.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to share the screen, and tell me when you are able to see the screen. I think I'm getting displayed in the screen now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
The Soldiers with Haunting Memoirs. Manigandan Sundaresan, Creative Head, Mitra Manigandan, Document Creation and Design. One second. The Soldiers with Haunting Memoirs. The learning principles of this is facing adversities, overcoming distractions, crossing over bad memories, and remaining strong like a soldier no matter what. இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டியில இந்த விஷயங்களை தான் நீங்க லேர்ன் பண்ண போறீங்க. அதில் எனக்கு வந்து ரெண்டாவது மூணாவது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். Overcoming distractions and crossing over bad memories. Thank you so much for typing this one.
Thank you, sir.
Full credit goes to you.
Thank you, sir.
First and foremost, Mitra is playing the character of Jamuna. Her name is Jamuna. 25 years old, executive in research and analysis wing. She has received an assignment from the head office to recruit new soldier apprentice for the mission that's coming in November 2021. She has acquired weapons training, mental fitness training, situation management training. There is an urgency that she has to finalize 10 soldiers for the camp within August 2021. And this lady executive is fondly called as Jammer by the officers because she's very strict. So, எல்லாருக்கும் அவங்களுடைய நேம்ஸை கேரக்டர் நேம்ஸை சூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கு லிபர்ட்டிங்க நான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். மித்ரா கிட்ட கேட்டேன், ஷீ சோஸ் திஸ் நேம். அதனால ஜமுனா நீங்கள் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். இனி வரப்போகிற மற்ற ஸ்லைட்ஸில் மேலே வந்து உங்களுடைய சாய்ஸ் என்னன்னு கேட்கப்பட்டிருக்கும். உங்கள் பேரை சொன்னோன்னா அந்த சாய்ஸை அதில் நான் போட்டுருவேன். So this is about Mitra. I'm understanding that somebody has taken the snapshot. That's a good one. So this is about Mitra. Do you have any questions? Shall we go to the next person?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. நவம்பர்ல ஒரு அசைன்மெண்ட் இருக்கு இந்தியன் ஆர்மியில. அதுக்கு மித்ராவை நியமிச்சிருக்காங்க. She is not directly under the control of Indian Army. She is working for RAW. And ஒரு 10 soldiers மித்ரா ரெக்ரூட் பண்ணணும். ரெக்ரூட் பண்ணி ஆகஸ்டுக்குள்ள அவங்க ட்ரெயின் பண்ணி முடிக்கணும். ஸோ இப்போ என்ன மேட்டர்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, அந்த 10 சோல்ஜர்ஸ் வந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. அந்த 10 சோல்ஜர்ஸ்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் கல்பிதா. நேம் கைண்ட்லி மேக் யுவர் சாய்ஸ். அது இப்போ சொல்லணுங்கிற அவசியம் இல்லை. மேபி ஆஃப்டர் சீயிங் ஆல் த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் யூ கேன் சே. 21 years old, an electronics and communication engineer, suffering from the bad memory of being bullied by senior girls. கல்பிதாவுடைய கேரக்டர் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுத்துறது, தன்னுடைய சீனியர் ஸ்கூல்லையும் காலேஜ்லையும் அவளை புள்ளி பண்ண அந்த நேச்சர். And she is haunted by the memories of being underrated by other family members. She is haunted by being taken granted by the friends. ஆனா இத்தனை இருந்தாலும் she is a person with high ego, doesn't want to get disturbed and doesn't disturb any. யாரையும் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்றதும் இல்லை, யாரும் தன்னை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு பர்சன். சைலண்ட் ஸ்டார்ம்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறத மைண்டுக்குள்ள வச்சுட்டு இருக்கிற ஒரு பர்சன். She has received a personal email from Jamuna towards being a lady apprentice chief. இந்த என்டையர் கேம்ப்ல சீஃபா இருக்கிறதுக்கு, கேர்ள்ஸுக்கு மட்டும் சீஃபா இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஜமுனாவே இந்த பொண்ணுக்கு மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காப்படி. She is a highly passionate Indian Army aspirant. இந்த அசைன்மெண்ட்டுக்குள்ள போய் இந்த கேம்ப்ல ட்ரைனிங் எடுத்து நவம்பர்ல அந்த மிஷனை முடிச்சு எப்படியாவது உள்ளுக்குள்ள இந்தியன் ஆர்மிக்குள்ள ஒரு சீஃப் அண்ட் பெர்மனன்ட் ரெக்ரூட்டியா போயிடணும்னு கல்பிதாவுக்கு ஆசை. Haunted by bad memories at least 5 days in a week. ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு 5 நாள் இந்த பிரச்சனையினால பாதிக்கப்படுறா அப்படி. And she's looking forward to meet Jamana in the conference the next day. நாளைக்கு ஜமுனாவை பார்க்கறதுக்கு she is very excited. So the first person into the camp headquarters main office, Kalpita. Dakshin Siddharth, 22 years old, aerospace engineer, looking forward to become an airways marshal in the Indian Army. பார்க்கணும்னு ரொம்ப ஆசை, ஏர்வேஸ் மார்ஷல் ஆகணும்னு ரொம்ப ஆசை. ஆனால் ஒரு பிளாக் பாக்ஸ் தக்ஷனுக்கும் இருக்கு. He's got the rough past about losing people in life. I'm sorry. Yeah. Has got a rough past of seeing a lot of accidents and affected by them. நிறைய ஆக்சிடென்ட்ஸை பார்த்துருக்கு அப்படி, அதனால அஃபெக்ட் ஆகிட்டு அப்படி. அது திரும்ப திரும்ப மைண்டுக்குள்ள ஹாண்ட் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு. பட் திஸ் கை இஸ் வெரி எக்ஸைட்டட் டுவர்ட்ஸ் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியில் ரொம்ப ஆர்வமாக இருக்கு அப்படி. Jamuna and her senior officers conference hall meet பண்றதுக்கு he just can't wait. This guy has got special skills of negotiation, quick decision making and befriending everybody in a single spurt of moment. அப்படி ஒரு நல்ல ஸ்கில் படிச்ச ஒரு இளைஞன். And இந்தியன் ஆர்மியோட தாகம் தக்ஷினியை விட்டு வைக்கல. He is very much aspiring to become an Indian Army officer. Kalpita, Dakshin, do you have any questions on your characters?
No, sir.
No, sir. Nice character, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Making it simple. சிபிஆயத்தின் மாதிரி குழந்தைகளா இருக்கறனால ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா தான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். அதனால எந்த டவுட் இருந்தாலும் உடனே கேட்டுருங்க.
Okay, sir.
The next person, as you could see, is Budeshri Brinda. She has to make a choice of her name. Character names நீங்க நாளைக்கு கூட சொல்லலாம். 24 years old and she's an MSc graduate. இந்த கேம்ப்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேட். கல்பிதா மாதிரி தக்ஷின் மாதிரியும் விருப்பப்பட்டு இந்த வேலைக்கு வரல. Forced into the apprenticeship. பிருந்தாவுக்கும் ஒரு பேட் பாஸ்ட் இருக்கு. Everybody is carrying emotional baggage இல்லையா? So பிருந்தாவோட emotional baggage என்னன்னு பார்ப்போம். She's got a rough past about losing people in life. She's being cheated, being unappreciated and being harassed. இது அத்தனையும் பார்த்து மீண்டு வந்த ஒரு brave lady. ரொம்ப முக்கியமானது losing people in life. ஃபேமிலியில் நிறைய பேர் தவறி இருக்காங்க, இறந்துருக்காங்க. அந்த மாதிரி சோகங்களை பார்த்த ஒரு கேரக்டர். தன்னை ஏமாத்திருக்காங்க, தன்னை அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணாம தன்னுடைய கிரெடிட்டை மற்றவங்க ஸ்டீல் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. and she is also being mentally harassed. She likes to be in the environment but doubts herself that she would not fit in. உள்ள கேம்புக்குள்ள வந்தோடனே தக்ஷன் கல்பிதா கேரக்டர்லாம் பார்த்தோன்னே பிடிச்சி போகுது. ஆனால் இவங்க கூட நான் நிற்பனா அப்படின்னு தனக்குள்ள ஒரு டவுட். ஆனால் தன்னுடைய பெரிய ஸ்ட்ரென்த் என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா adaptability and flexibility. So that's a character of Udeshri Brinda. So bring up a name for your character. You have any questions, Brinda?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're
sir,
welcome.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, like, can we choose names from other religions also, or like, should it be only Hindu names, sir?
No. As I always encourage, 3 religions names கண்டிப்பா இருக்கணும். Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, 3மே கண்டிப்பா இருக்கணும்.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. No foreign names. அது உனக்கு தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Yes, sir. That's why, sir. Like, certain names are like confusing, like, sir, between foreigners and Christianity.
And Christianity. இல்ல கிறிஸ்டியானிட்டில நம்ம ஊர்ல அதிகமா சவுண்ட் ஆகுற மாதிரி நேம்ஸா பார்த்து சூஸ் பண்ணு.
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. லயனல் மெஸ்ஸின்ல நம்ம ஊர்ல எவனும் பேர் வைக்க மாட்டான்.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So the next person, Ritan Nitish, make a name of your choice. 32 years old, a computer science engineer, an aspiring Indian Army soldier, and he has got work experience. Perhaps the senior most in this entire lot. Work experience இருக்கிற ஒரு person. இவருக்கும் சில பாஸ்ட் இருக்கு. Has rough past with haunting memories about phobias and fears of childhood. சின்ன வயசுல பார்த்து பயந்த விஷயங்கள் இன்னமும் தன்னுடைய பாடி சென்ஸ் கூடவே வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. And he has got his own key strengths. ஒரு ஒர்க் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆளா இருக்கிற ஒரு பர்சனுக்கு என்ன ஸ்ட்ரென்த் இருக்குமோ அது எல்லாமே ரித்தன் நிதிஷ்க்கு இருக்கு. And he is looking forward to this opportunity. You got any question, Ritan?
No, sir. Sir, can you say my name now, sir?
சரி சொல்லு.
Sir, Mohammed John, sir.
இதே முகமது ஜான்சனா டேய்
Mohammed John.
எப்படா ஒருத்தனுக்கு கிறிஸ்டின் பேரும் முஸ்லீம் பேரும் வைப்பாங்க? எங்கடா இருக்க நீங்க?
Sudden name I got in my mind was sir, so I'll just think of the. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you think of another name and give it me later.
Yes, sir.
Mridubhashini, 23 years old, BSc Mathematics graduate. Another youngster has got a rough past with haunting memories about subject failures in school and college. Maths fail another, biology fail another, chemistry fail another, English fail another, Tamil paper 2 fail another. College வந்து ஆன்சலரி பேப்பர்ல ஃபெயில் ஆனது, இப்படி ஃபெயில் ஆனதெல்லாம் மைண்ட்ல அப்படியே இருக்குது. பாஸ் ஆனது அப்படிங்கிறது வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப ரேரா நடக்கிறதுனால அவளுக்கு வந்துட்டு இது மட்டும் தான் ஞாபகம் இருக்கு. ஜோக்ஸ் அபார்ட், ஷி ஹாஸ் பீன் சப்ஜெக்ட் ஃபெயிலியர்ஸ்ல ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு அதனால ஹேண்டிகேப், மென்டலி ஹேண்டிகேப் ஆன மாதிரி எல்லாம் டிப்ரெஷனுக்கு போயிட்டு வந்த ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர். ஸோ ஷி இஸ் ஹேவிங் திஸ் ஹாண்டிங் மெமரிஸ். ஷி இஸ் அஃப்ரைட் தட் ஷி குட் பி த ஒன்லி கேர்ள் இன் திஸ் கேம்ப். கேம்புக்குள்ள வர வரைக்கும் தான் ஒரு பொண்ணு மட்டும் தான் இருப்பா அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு வந்தா அப்படி. ஆனால் உள்ள வந்தோடனே கல்பிதா பிருந்தாவெல்லாம் பார்த்தோன்னே ஷி இஸ் வெரி ஹாப்பி. டெடிகேட்டட் பர்சன் பட் வித் a lot of fear. ரொம்ப பயபக்தி உள்ள ஒரு பர்சன், கமிட்டடா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு பர்சன், ஆனால் பயங்கள் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கு. You have any question about your character, Mridubhashini?
No, sir.
Guru Prasanna is the next person, and he has to make his choice of a character name. 23 years old, BA English Literature graduate. The camp ku vandirukira next recruitee, next apprentice. Each one is handpicked by Jamuna and her officers. Has rough past of falling into unwanted relationships and being kicked off the same. Has no ability to forget someone, keeping bad log into his memory database. நல்ல திறமையுள்ள ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர் தான், எக்கச்சக்கமான ஸ்கில்ஸ் உள்ள ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர் தான். ஆனால் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்ஸ்குள்ள போயிட்டு ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு வந்த அனுபவங்கள் நிறைய குரு பிரசன்னாவுக்கு இருக்கு. குரூப் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் இல்லை ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் இண்டிவிஜுவல் அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து அவங்களுடைய மெமரிஸை அவங்கள மறக்கிறதுல ரொம்ப சிரமப்படுற ஒரு கேண்டிடேட். அந்த ரோலை குரு பிரசன்னா பிளே பண்ண போறான். கீப்பிங் பேட் லாக் இன்டு ஹிஸ் மெமரி டேட்டாபேஸ். தன்னுடைய மெமரி டேட்டாபேஸ்ல இருந்து இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த பேட் லாக்ஸ் அவனால ரிமூவ் பண்ண முடியல. So that's Guru Prasanna's character. Any questions, Guru Prasanna?
No, sir. Sir, can I also give my name, sir?
Yeah, tell me, what's your name?
Sir, I keep it as Aditya, sir.
Okay, Guru Prasanna is Aditya. Anybody would like to trigger out names? இதுவரைக்கும் ஸ்லைட்ஸ் பார்த்தவங்க? Yes, Mridubhashini.
Kannika, sir.
Kannik, right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Sir, myself, sir. Kalpita, I can go.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I would like to name myself as Inia, sir.
All right, okay. Inia, fine. Yes, Ritanitish.
Sir, John, sir.
John Jr. Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's go to the next person. Vishnu Priya, make your choice of name. 24 years old, biotechnology graduate. Very excited to be in this camp. நல்ல டேலண்டான ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர், நிறைய ஸ்கில்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. பயோடெக்னாலஜி, கோர் சயின்ஸ் கிராஜுவேட். Had a rough past of being ill-treated by family members. Siblings importance issue. அண்ணனுக்கு மட்டும் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுத்து தங்கச்சியை விட்டுறது, அக்காவுக்கு இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுத்து தம்பியை விட்டுறது, இந்த மாதிரி பிரச்சனைகளை மாட்டிட்டு முழிக்கிற ஒரு பர்சன். And ill-treated by family members sometimes and falling into varied distractions. நிறைய டிஸ்ட்ராக்ஷன்ஸ் வந்து மீண்டு வந்த ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர். ஆனால் அந்த டிஸ்ட்ராக்ஷன்ஸோடைய ஃபுட்பிரிண்ட்ஸ், the negative giant footprints இன்னும் வலிக்குது. And she still has this haunting memories. இந்த கேம்ப்ல வந்து ரொம்ப எக்ஸைட்டடா இருக்கு அப்படி. So this is about Vishnupriya. You got any questions, Vishnupriya?
No, sir. Can I say my name, sir?
Yeah, go for it.
Sir, Nithika, sir.
Okay.
Can I say my name, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, Muhammad Azad, sir.
Okay. Mitra, you want to change your name?
No, sir.
Azad. Okay. So, let's go to the next person very quickly. Aswathaman, 21 years old, mechanical engineer. He's got a rough past of incidents that tested his character, criticisms and undermining. எதை செஞ்சாலும் குறை சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க, எல்லாருமே வந்துட்டு அவனை திட்டிகிட்டே இருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ரஃப் பாஸ்ட் அவனுக்கு திரும்ப அந்த பேட் மெமரிஸ், அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய மெமரிஸ், எமோஷனல் பேக்கேஜ் மைண்டில் வச்சுருக்கான். And he has got lots of things tested his character, and அவனை ரொம்ப அண்டர்மைனாகவே, அவனை ஒரு அண்டர்டாகாகவே வச்சுட்டு இருக்கிற ஆட்கள் ஃபேமிலியிலையும் இருக்காங்க, வெளியிலையும் இருக்காங்க. நல்ல ஒரு எமோஷனல் கண்ட்ரோல் உள்ள ஒரு பர்சன், யங்ஸ்டர், and he is very excited to be in this camp. You have any questions, Aswathaman?
No, sir. Shall I give my name, sir?
Yes, go for it.
Sir, Aditya Avyam.
Aditya has been taken. ரெண்டு நேம் இருக்க முடியாது, வேற ஏதாவது சொல்லு.
Okay, sir. Avyam, sir. It means strong, sir.
Spell it.
Sir, AVYAM, sir.
Sanskrit word.
Yes, sir. Sir, but it's used in Tamil also, sir, for naming, sir.
Okay, Avyam. Right. The next person is Sanjay Bhaskar. 25 years old, after Ritin Nitish's character, if there is any other work experience to fellow, it is Sanjay Bhaskar. 25 years old, has got a rough past of losing close family members, vulnerable insults and being avoided. தன்னை எல்லாரும் அவாய்ட் பண்றது, அப்புறம் தேவையே இல்லாமல் எல்லாரும் இன்சல்ட் பண்றது, அப்புறம் உதயஸ்ரீ பிருந்தா கேரக்டர் இருக்கிற மாதிரியே ஃபேமிலியில் இருக்கவங்க நிறைய பேர் தன்னை விட்டு போகிறது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி நிறைய ஹாண்டிங்கான விஷயங்களை பார்த்து வந்த ஒரு இளைஞன். கீ ஸ்ட்ரென்த், வைட் நாலேஜ் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் மாஸ்டரி இன் மிலிட்ரி ஸ்கில்ஸ். செதுக்கி வச்ச மாதிரி ஒரு மிலிட்ரி ஸ்கில்ஸை தனக்கே வளர்த்துக்கிட்ட ஒரு பர்சன், செல்ஃப் மேட் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் பில்ட், பட் நாட் வெரி எக்ஸைட்டட் டு பி இன் திஸ் கேம்ப். தட்ஸ் அ வெரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் பாயிண்ட். இவ்வளோ திறமைகள் இருந்தாலும் இந்த கேம்ப்ல இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடாக இல்லை. தட்ஸ் அபவுட் Sanjay Bhaskar's character. Sanjay, you have any questions on this?
No, sir. Shall I give my name?
Yeah, give your name.
Ishan, sir.
तारे जमीन पर ईशान.
Sir.
तारे जमीन पर हिंदी पढ़ते हुए ईशान.
Sorry, sir.
Is it okay, Ishan?
Yes, sir.
Spelling
Yes.
correct? Right.
Sir,
Okay.
I can't see the spelling.
Leave பண்ணிட்டு join பண்ணி பாரு. Okay. Last but by no means the least, Sibi Adityan. Make your choice. 17 வயசு, ஸ்கூலை விட்டு ஓடி வந்துட்டான். +2 drop out. Eloped from school for joining this camp. Jamuna has kept him in the waiting list. This little kid has also got the rough past, being ill-treated by his school teachers and being ignored by others. அந்த ஒரு ரீசனுக்காக தான் ஸ்கூலை விட்டு ஓடி வந்தது. Eats Indian Army, sleeps Indian Army and lives Indian Army and can do anything for Indian Army. இந்தியன் ஆர்மியில் ஜாயின் பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது மட்டும்தான் அவனுடைய மூச்சு, பேச்சு, வாட்சு எல்லாம். அண்ட் இன்சிடென்ட்லி இந்தியன் ஆர்மியில் +2 படிச்சிருந்தா போதும், கேப்பபிலிட்டி, எலிஜிபிலிட்டி அது அவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு. ஆனால் +2 முடிக்காமல் உள்ள சேர்த்துக்க மாட்டாங்கிறது தெரியாமல் ஓடி வந்துட்டான். அதனால தான் ஜமுனா அவனை வெயிட்டிங் லிஸ்ட்டில் வச்சிருக்கா. அப்படி வெரி டேலண்டட் யங்ஸ்டர் அண்ட் நிறைய பேர் இல்ட்ரீட் பண்ணதை தாண்டி வந்திருக்கிற ஒரு அடலசன்ட் பாய். யூ ஹேவ் எனி கொஸ்டின்ஸ், சிபி ஆதித்தன்?
Sir, shall I say my name, sir?
Yes, say your name.
Sir, we can keep like Sahar, we can keep, sir.
இது சஹராவா?
Sagar, sir.
சர்வெண்டா?
சார் சாகர் நினைக்கிறேன் சார். SAG அது சொல்லணும்.
சகாப்தி எக்ஸ்பிரஸ். என்னது? சாகரா?
Yes, sir. That's why I'm trying to say, sir.
Okay. Sagar, nice Sagar. Right.
Sibi ocean, Sagar no ocean, sir. So Sibi ocean, Mari.
Yeah. Right, correct. Last but by no means the least, Bahadur Lal Chakri, 49 years old, a criminal searched by Interpol, a messenger and an illegal ambassador carrying information to the terrorism agencies, is about to deploy a team of illegal mercenary across Indo-Pak border. If this happens in the month of November, India will face a huge defense challenge. So this entire camp is arranged by Jamuna and her head officers in order to stop Bahadur Lal Chakri. This guy is going to cross Indo-Pak in the month of November, carrying all the secret information about India to the Pakistan terrorism agencies and the other countries' terrorism agencies. Basically, he's going to while away, and he has recruited lots of mercenaries from other countries who are huge threat for India. இந்த பகதூர் லால் சக்ரிய நிறுத்துறங்கிற இந்த ஸ்மால் மிஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் நவம்பர்ல இந்தியன் ஆர்மி சோல்ஜர்ஸை வச்சு பண்ண முடியாதுங்கிற காரணத்துக்காக these people, Jamuna has taken this decision. One second. So this is, yeah.
Sir, Miss, shall I give my name now, sir?
Yeah, tell me, Brinda.
Sir, Diksha, sir.
Diksha, okay. Fine, so this is what I want noted down. Diksha for Udeshri Brinda. Okay, Brinda, so your name is noted. Yeah, so we are going to have a kind of a activity based on these characters. All of you are going to have your characters. The characters are for Solidya. So the characters are Jamuna, played by Mitra, Inia, played by Kalpita, Muhammad Azad, played by Dakshin Siddharth, Diksha, played by Udeshri Brinda, John Jr., played by Ritan Nitish, Kanika, played by Mridubashni, Aditya, played by Guru Prasanna, Nitika, played by Vishnupriya, Abhyam, played by Aswathaman, Ishan, played by Sanjay Bhaskar, Sagar, played by Sibi Aditya. So, basically speaking, இதை வச்சு ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி இருக்கு. கேரக்டர் நேம்ஸ் சொல்றதுக்கு மட்டும் நான் ஸ்லைடில் காமிச்சிருக்கேன். அண்ட் இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி ஸ்கிட் பேஸ்டாக இருக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிறது வாட் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு டூ இஸ் வி வில் ஐ வில் நரேட் த சீக்வன்ஸ் அண்ட் யூ வில் கேட்ச் அப் அண்ட் யூ வில் ப்ளே. அது பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம பண்ணுவோம். ஆனால் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னு சொல்லி கேட்டால், we will have the video recorded tomorrow in the beginning of our session. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டிக்கு போவோம். இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டிக்கு போனதுக்கப்புறம் அதை நம்ம சாட்டர்டே கூட கண்டினியூ பண்ணி முடிச்சுக்கலாம். So that we'll have something else on Monday, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
திருப்பி நீங்க வில்லனா சார்?
Where buddy? I'm playing Chakri's role. Bahadur Lal Chakri.
So it's an Indian who's betraying India, right, sir?
Is betraying India. So,
okay, sir.
இது நான் மைண்ட்ல வச்சிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அனாஸ் ஹாஃபிஸ் இதெல்லாம் இருக்கிற டைம்ல டெரரிஸ்டோடைய நேமை வந்துட்டு முஸ்லீம்ஸா வச்சு அவங்க அஃபண்ட் ஆயிடுவாங்கன்னு நான் அப்பவே முடிவு பண்ணது. இப்போ அவங்க இல்லை, இருந்தாலும் அதை ஒரு இதாக வச்சுக்கிட்டு யங்ஸ்டர்ஸோட இதில் ஓகே முஸ்லீம் அப்படின்னா அவங்க இப்படி இருப்பாங்கன்ட்டு இங்கே யாரோடைய மைண்ட்லேயும் அந்த சப்கான்ஷியஸாக அதை டெபிக்ட் பண்ண வேண்டாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஹிந்துவா அதை இது பண்ணிட்டேன். நல்லவன் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இருக்கான், கெட்டவன் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இருக்கான். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவ் இட் இஸ்.
கரெக்ட் சார்.
We'll see. Right. Okay. Any other questions before we call it a day?
No, sir.
Right.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So in that case,
No,
Aswathaman, Brinda, Mitra, Dakshin, Guru Prasanna, Kalpita, Sibi Adityan, Mridubashni, Ritan Nitish, Sanjay, Vishnupriya. See you tomorrow. Keep doing the therapies, right? the idea pad, and keep shining your strong. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Keep
See
shining
you all
strong.
tomorrow.
Keep shining strong.
Bye bye.
See you tomorrow, sir.
Bye bye.